Oh, yes, it is time, everyone. Oh, yes, it is time. Good morning, everyone. Hi, 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 hi. That's right. It is Saturday, Saturday, Saturday. It's Sat Saturday because all of you will be sat today for this Saturday. And we have, I forgot to turn on my gay lights. Who is suppressing the gays? There we go. We have a great day ahead of us. That's better. There we go. So, first and foremost, you can see Asmon coping about his ban. Being like, this is not fair. These Hamas terrorists are on the platform and I'm getting banned. So I want to talk about that. And then, you guys see Trump mentioning Hasan? Did you say gay lights, chat? Yeah, look, they're gay. You guys see that or no? Oh. Not by name? Yeah, not by name. Yeah. So, we'll talk about it. All right. We will talk about it. And then I wanted to talk about the Reddit mod because I love talking about that guy because he's so fucking funny. And I haven't gotten a chance to talk about it. So we get to finally talk about it today on a good Saturday, on a fat Saturday, on a fat sat Saturday. So shall we begin? Hello, guys, Mr. CEO of Reddit. Apparently he got like banned from Reddit. His account was banned from Reddit, so he started like making a bunch of posts. And then Reddit was like, "Hey, so all of our events, we have to cancel them for security risk." He's more mod than man. The guy that was with LSF before, yes. Yeah. All right, so shall we begin? Shall we? Wait, we haven't covered that yet? That was a week ago? I was sick, dude. I was sick. I was incapacitated, man. All right, I was struggling. All right, let's go. It's kind of going. All right. I thought we were already talking about it. No, you're good. I've wanted to, and I put it in my title before, but I just didn't have the energy and the time to do it or to cover it in addition to all the other stuff. But also separately, you guys see this? Wait, enough music. I was jamming too hard, but enough music. You guys see this? What's the name of the song that was bumping? Oh, here you go. I don't know what the name of the song is, but I can give you a timestamp. It's one of those mixes. Here you go. All right. You guys see this? City leaders face death threats across the country as tensions grow over data centers. Insert FDR quote here, first and foremost. Second, I'm sure you guys have seen it, and I haven't really covered it because it's kind of more depressing than it is anything else. But the number of town hall meetings that I've seen where people are like, hey, we don't want. Oh, sorry, JFK quote. We don't want data centers in our neighborhoods. We don't want the data centers. We don't want the data centers. We are going to use every avenue that we can to fight the data center. And all the local representatives push against the data center, and then they build the data center anyways. And it's like, So if you try and use all possible avenues to fight against a policy that you're not interested in, because you don't want to deal with constant like humming in the background. And they build it anyways.
Data centers have emerged as a key issue in the upcoming
I'm gonna try and find the video of like
midterm elections. Now, if you've heard about data centers, chances are you probably don't like them. A new survey from the University of Pennsylvania shows that 61% of Americans oppose the construction of data centers in their area. This is a huge spike. It's up from 49% in the same poll back in March. And it crosses party lines. 69% of Democrats and 54% of Republicans now oppose new data centers in their area. An internal GOP memo reported on by Axios today notes how politically toxic data centers have become. The memo warns that Ohio Republican Senator John Husted may lose his re-election bid to his Democratic challenger, the former Senator Sherrod Brown, in large part because Brown has tied Husted to support for data centers. According to the memo, quote, if he loses, meaning Husted, and data centers get the blame, politicians across the country will take notice and they will not go near the next one. This has become a sleeper issue for the entire election cycle, end quote. Axios also reports that sources within the GOP have told them that, quote, internal polls show data centers are as popular as spent nuclear waste, end quote. Now, amid all this uproar, it's important to slow down for a second and understand what data centers actually are before you go out fully hating on them. Data centers are not new. They are a range of specific types, but put simply, that data centers are buildings that contain large numbers of computer servers and storage. They're the backbone of the internet. Website hosting, cloud storage, streaming media.
And the reality is people aren't mad at just data centers. People are mad at data centers that are specifically being used for AI, which is particularly water intensive and also serves no fucking purpose. People use the internet every day. It serves a purpose. How else am I going to play my video games on the internet? How else am I going to flame my bot laner without the internet? It has improved my life. AI is not improving my life. Okay, so we built all these data centers. We're using all this water so I can get a product that I'm never going to use that sucks shit for, what, a bubble that's going to burst in a little bit? Oh, wow. Wow, what a great way to spend our money. Email,
just about anything that you do that involves a device connected to the internet relies on a data center somewhere. The more online our society has become, the more need there is for data centers. Think of all the smartphones, all the streaming platforms, all the Wi-Fi connected devices that we didn't have 1 or 2 decades ago. But that's not it. And here's the big part. The recent boom in data center construction is largely...
Oh yeah, AI didn't improve your life. What about all of the new possibilities of being spied on, huh? It's the cat comic again. It's like, dude, who installed a flock camera inside of my house? Well, if you're not doing anything wrong, what's the problem?
Tied to the emergence of artificial intelligence technology. That has pushed the demand for computing power, which requires new data centers, ever higher. According to analysis by Axios from December, nearly 3,000 new data centers are under construction or planned across the United States, adding to the more than 4,000 already in operation. But while data centers may be the backbone of the technology upon which we all rely, there are several significant drawbacks to them, and people are now taking notice. For one, they spew harmful and toxic chemicals into the air. According to the Southern Environmental Law Center, one data center built by Elon Musk's XAI in Mississippi includes dozens of unpermitted gas turbines releasing smog-forming pollution, soot, and hazardous chemicals like formaldehyde. Southern Environmental Law Center has filed a lawsuit against XAI, arguing that this violates the Clean Air Act. Data centers also need a monumental amount of energy in order to operate. Also, as Consumer Reports notes, a January 2026 report predicts that U.S. data centers' total combined energy demand will nearly double between 2025 and 2028, which is like adding a country with the energy needs of Spain in just 3 years. And that means power could cost more for everyday consumers. A Bloomberg analysis found that in areas with high concentrations of data centers, electricity costs as much as 267% more than it did 5 years ago. Data centers also use a huge amount of water to cool down all of that equipment. Up to 5 million gallons of water every day, as much as 16,000 plus average U.S. households, according to Environmental Protection Agency estimates. To make the situation worse, about 2/3 of the data centers built since 2002 are in areas already experiencing water stress. That's according to a Bloomberg News investigation. And while big tech companies and their allies tout the job creation potential of data centers, and while these projects can create some short-term construction jobs, it's a very different story once data centers are up and running. A 2025 review by Business Insider found that on average, a data center employs 150 workers. Some have as few as 25 employees. In some cases, it's even lower. One data center in Rockland County, New York, owned by J.P. Morgan Chase, employs 5 people full-time. It's currently in the midst of a massive expansion, which will add 1 permanent job to the community, according to the Rockland County Times, citing official application documents. So the project is receiving $77 million in tax breaks and subsidies, which, according to the Rockland County Times, makes for, quote, the highest amount of subsidies and tax breaks per permanent job anywhere in the country. $77 million in tax breaks and 1 job. 38 states offer dedicated tax initiatives to data centers. And amid all this public backlash, Democrats and Republicans alike are turning against data centers. But President Donald Trump remains a staunch supporter. Last month, his administration announced a plan to repurpose federal land to build data centers. And today he said that Americans should welcome data centers into their communities, calling them beautiful.
He also said this
I
shit
think it's a mistake.
President Trump says Governor Greg Abbott's data center pause is a mistake.
But Texas the other day sort of is against data centers. I think it's a mistake. And I'm not taking positions, or I just think it's a mistake because there are other communities that want it. When a community wants it, it means a lot of money is going to come into that community.
Unsightly, potentially.
Well, I don't think they're unsightly. I mean, I'm looking at some of these data centers, the most incredible buildings I've ever seen. They go for 2.5, 3 miles. They're 3 miles by 3 miles.
They're necessary for the technology.
Well, but I think they are tremendously important for the economics. I mean, this is for Texas to say no to data centers is a mistake in the sense that it could be bigger than oil. I mean, data centers could be bigger than oil. You have the Texas oil, and there are a lot of communities that want it. But more importantly,
there are a lot of communities that want them. Here's one such example of the communities that want them. We found the hidden cost of data centers. It's in your electric bill.
The numbers don't lie.
We saw customers with bills $900, over $1,000.
When I've noticed my electric bill gone up, I started asking my neighbors, is your bill also going up? And they had no idea.
Totally irrelevant. Why is the background music kind of giving Terraria? It's a totally irrelevant point, but I need all of you to hear it too.
That this was happening.
If you live in any of these states, your electric bill is higher this summer. It's not because of anything you did. You're paying more because the world's biggest tech companies are building so many data centers. Big tech's quest for artificial intelligence is creating a tidal wave of new costs that are about to hit all of us, even if you live nowhere near a data center. If policymakers fail to change anything, by one estimate, electricity rates for average households will spike by as much as 70%.
The big problem is that we're all subsidizing the wealthiest corporations in the world in their pursuit of artificial intelligence.
Cassandra Linez lives in northern New Jersey. In July, she got an electric bill that caught her attention.
The thing I noticed right away was, compared to the same time last year, my bill has gone up, but also I noticed my usage went down.
I wanted to understand why Cassandra and her neighbors are suddenly paying so much more for electricity every month. Between 2021 and 2024, the number of data centers nationwide nearly doubled. Many factors determine what we pay for electricity, but to understand how data centers are making it more expensive, it's important to know that the price that utility companies pay for power is set in regional markets. The biggest of those is a market known as the PJM.
They had a big, what's known as a capacity auction last year. Last year's capacity auction broke all records.
The prices went up by 800%.
David Lapp represents
good, though.
ratepayers in Maryland, another PJM state. He explained to me that when utilities have to pay a higher capacity price, they pass it on to consumers in the form of supply charges. According to the PJM's independent monitor, data centers were responsible for 63% of last year's price increase.
And it's not.
Oh, that's so good. Aren't you guys so happy? Aren't you guys so happy that you're doing that? You're subsidizing all of the AI data centers. Isn't that so good?
Not just PJM. We're seeing this happen across the country.
To lure data centers to their service areas, utilities have started cutting direct deals with big tech, typically hidden from the public.
The concern with these deals is that the data center may be underpaying, and so our rates will go up in order to finance a sweetheart deal for a data center.
Big tech is literally the wealthiest, most profitable industry in the world. They have the capacity to pull out their pocketbooks.
It's kind of giving peak like, some of you may pay more, but that is a sacrifice I am willing to make.
And cover their costs associated with this data center expansion.
Well, okay, so you're paying more so that other people can generate images of large-breasted women. Okay, I mean, sure. I mean, how bad is that? You know, it's not that bad. It's not like it sucks to live next to, other than the fact that you pay more, right? Wrong.
This is our cold water pressure in the kitchen. This is where I fill up water for storage. Those are the things we have to fill up to flush the
video is titled, I live 400 yards away from Mark Zuckerberg's massive data center.
Toilets.
So you can see the sediment from the data center. Wow, and that's just from the water coming out of your faucet.
Yeah, and this is what's in all the pipes.
Just the well itself is probably $20,000, and that's not counting any of the
all
faucets.
The replacement of the fixtures and faucets and toilets and the lines that come underneath the house. It's overwhelming because you really feel like you are up against this huge wall that you can't penetrate. There's nothing that...
Okay, so you're paying more money on your electric bill. Your water pressure is non-existent, and all of your water is filled with like debris and sediment. But like, you know, that's not that bad. It's not like living next to any of these farms or data centers makes your life hell. More Perfect Union posted the video. I live 500 feet from a Bitcoin mine. My life is hell.
I'm with the Broadening family. I don't know if you can hear this, but this little noise meter tells me that there are unhealthy levels of noise. Something strange is happening in this small town 70 miles outside of Dallas, Texas. An invisible force is creeping through the community, ruining residents' lives.
They just moved in on top of us. I have a constant headache right in the back of my head or either over my eyes. I've been in the hospital 2 or 3 times.
Every family here is sick.
Somebody has to die to get somebody's attention.
I see the impact on their lives. There's just nothing I can do.
The cause is just a few hundred feet from the house owned by the Brownings, a massive Bitcoin mine. I'm in Granbury, Texas, the site of a Bitcoin mining facility operated by Marathon Digital Holdings. Hundreds of metal boxes contain tens of thousands of computers running 24 hours a day, consuming around 300 megawatts of electricity needed to mine for Bitcoin, the world's largest cryptocurrency. That's comparable to that of a city the size of Austin, with nearly 500,000 households. Bitcoin mines like this are part of an industry projected to reach $2.25 billion in size in 2025. And much of the industry is located here in Texas, where cheap energy, lax rules and regulations, and politicians at the state and federal level who are all in on crypto.
Unleash crypto. Come to Texas. Texas is the oasis.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott appears to be pushing for our state to become more involved with cryptocurrency, saying, quote, Texas is already the home of crypto mining. In this session, Texas should become the crypto capital, end quote.
We're promoting it, we are advancing it, and we want to create a framework that will allow all of that to excel here.
We came to Texas to find out what happens when a state becomes the center of the Bitcoin universe. Who's winning and who's losing? What's the true cost of cryptocurrency and who should be paying for it?
Oh, you guys telling me you wouldn't want to live next to this noise? You're telling me this isn't pleasant to you? You don't want to live next to that? Really, what is the difference between that white noise and birds chirping, forest sounds? Really, you guys are going to tell me that these are so different? Oh, this is so much better than this, huh? Oh, okay. All right. I see how it is. Mm-hmm. Sure, man. Wait, these are... You're telling me you would rather live by this noise than this?
Well, I went to the window and I listened and I thought, man.
Yeah, I don't believe you. Yeah, I don't fucking believe you.
This is going to be a rough night, and it was. So, it'd be a long day for me.
You'd have to take a nap after a while.
We don't have time for a nap, not today. I do need that coffee.
Nick and Virginia Browning have called Granbury home for 35 years. They're now in their 80s and hope to be enjoying their golden years in this rural community an hour and a half southwest of Dallas.
When we first moved out here, it was real quiet still. We had all kind of animals out here, and we loved it out here.
But 3 years ago, Bitcoin mining started to disrupt their peace, and they say it's been hell ever since.
This is maddening. This is maddening to me, and I just want to scream at somebody. Now I have to worry about vertigo. I also have to worry about my brain not working right.
It never goes away. Headaches never go away.
In Texas, the legal limit for noise is 85 decibels. Researchers have found that prolonged exposure can impact hearing and cardiovascular health, increase blood pressure and heart rate. Other potential risks.
It's so funny to try and talk about. Let me pull this up. Hold up. It's so funny to try and pretend like people actually like data centers and to try and like reframe any of this stuff as like, no, people like data centers actually. Data centers are just so benign and people don't even care about the data centers. They really don't even care. Meanwhile, Missouri town fires half of its city council over data center deal. Residents of a St. Louis suburb turned out in droves to unseat four incumbents just days after the council approved a development agreement for a $6 billion data center. I saw like also some reporting about people that went through all of the right channels to try and fight against a data center that was going to get built. And I think like even the local court found that the data center was not meant to be built and should not be built. And then it was built anyways. It's like, oh, okay. Yeah. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. All right. Good. But for sure, dude, for sure. Trump says towns and states should welcome beautiful data centers. Okay, you know what, man? How about we do this? You build a data center in Mar-a-Lago, and then we can consider it. How about that? How about that? All right, let's put this here. Close. Ballroom data center. like literally, I cannot believe it.
And I can say if I were the mayor of a town or the governor of a state and I had a chance to get a big plant in, an AI plant or a data center, I would absolutely want it because the jobs are enormous and the money paid, the taxes paid are just enormous. And if you don't take it, you're going to be left behind because there are plenty of places that want it. So I would say that maybe it can use a little public relations help. But if I were a governor or mayor, I would want that plant in my. And I can say if I were the mayor of a town or the governor of a state and I had a chance to get a big plant in, an AI plant.
Did you guys consider that? Motherfucker lost his mind over having visible wind turbines off the coast of his shitty golf course in Scotland. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Let me close this stuff. Sorry, this one was pretty good. New York City to turn underused parking lot into over 200 units of affordable housing. This monster. That could have been a data center. That's amazing. All right. Now. LMFAO, what jobs? It's a building with nothing but servers. You'll have initial construction jobs, sure, but what after that? Hardly any permanent jobs? Yeah. I mean, you'll have people that have to maintain the servers, but that's not... That's not the job promotion that they're presenting. 20 people at most? Yeah. I mean, they talked about it a little bit in the segment that we were watching. That, like, it's... Where is it?
Average, a data center in 2020, adding to the more than 4,000 already in operation. But while data centers may be the backbone of the technology upon which we all rely, there are several significant drawbacks to them, and people are now taking notice. For one, they spew harmful and toxic chemicals into the air. According to the Southern Environmental Law Center, one data center built by Elon Musk's XAI in Mississippi includes dozens of unpermitted gas turbines releasing smog-forming pollution, soot, and hazardous chemicals like formaldehyde. The Southern Environmental Law Center has filed a lawsuit against XAI, arguing that this violates the Clean Air Act. Data centers also need a monumental amount of energy in order to operate. Also, as Consumer Reports notes, a January 2026 report predicts that U.S. data centers' total combined energy demand will nearly double between 2025 and 2028, which is like adding a country with the energy needs of Spain in just 3 years. And that means power could cost more for everyday consumers. A Bloomberg analysis found that in areas with high concentrations of data centers, electricity costs as much as 267% more than it did 5 years ago. Data centers also use a huge amount of water to cool down all of that equipment. Up to 5 million gallons of water every day, as much as 16,000 plus average U.S. households, according to Environmental Protection Agency estimates. To make the situation worse, about 2/3 of the data centers built since 2002 are in areas already experiencing water stress. That's according to a Bloomberg News investigation. And while big tech companies and their allies tout the job creation potential of data centers, and while these projects can create some short-term construction jobs, it's a very different story once data centers are up and running. A 2025 review by Business Insider found that on average, a data center employs 150 workers. Some have as few as 25 employees. In some cases, it's even lower. One data center in Rockland County, New York, owned by JP Morgan Chase, employs 5 people full-time. It's currently in the midst of...
Guys, we're going to bring jobs to your city. Okay? 5 jobs. Huh? My mother was a job created by AI data centers, excuse you. Sorry, this chatter. I currently do political opinion polls for a living from the people I've spoken to. Nobody wants data centers. Also, Texas is going to be way more blue than people think it's going to be. I've gotten tons of folk porn. in the 30s and 40s who voted red their entire life who are voting blue this year. It's crazy. Born. Asterisk. Destroyed by a cat caused typo. Love it. That's a brutal typo. That is a brutal typo. That is so brutal. I mean, the polling shows that, like, it is more likely for people in rural neighborhoods to dislike or be against data centers more so than urban areas. Shockingly, surprisingly, because if you live in, like, the middle of New York City, you don't have to worry about a data center being built in, like, Manhattan. There's not enough land to build, like, data centers. But if you live in the middle of, like, Texas, where the rent and the land is really cheap, yeah, they're going to build a fucking data center there if they can. So the people that are dealing with it the most are the people who are living in rural areas. So they dislike it even more than the people in urban areas who aren't even going to probably experience a data center near them. They also know what quiet sounds like. Oh, I mean, yeah, that's like one of the major appeals of living out in the sticks or whatever, right? That you get to, like, have real quiet. I'm New York born and raised, so I like the background noise. I like hearing the fucking fire truck in the middle of the night. It's ASMR for me, you know? So I don't really need quiet, but also I wouldn't like a constant hum. That would drive me fucking insane. New York City ASMR. Like this. This is my idea of quiet. But this is like, there's a bunch of varying noises and a bunch of different types of noises. It's not just like, but if you like quiet, like real quiet, and then you get this fucking humming noise near you, it's like, yeah, I can't imagine that would be very fun. I can't imagine that you would want that. I can't imagine that you would like that. And I can't imagine that you would support data centers being built near you. Oh, all of that was pre-gaming for this video.
Data centers have become this huge flashpoint across the country, and even in some cases, turning violent. A small town in Iowa is just the latest example. Take a look. City leaders delayed this meeting after receiving online death threats over a proposed plan to build a new data center in town. Earlier this year in Indianapolis, someone shot at this councilman's home, leaving this no data center note on his doorstep. Tom Winter's been following this and has more on the troubling trend.
Yeah, Ryan, as you know, for the past year, we've been focused on data centers and we've been focused on the electrical usage. Is there enough power on the grid to be able to supply electricity to not just data centers, but to the homes of businesses that already have them? Is there?
And let me just say also, in hindsight, why would you fight the people that are going to be the most likely to pull out the shotgun? Like, I'm going to be honest, the shit that I do in New York and the way that I act in New York is very different than how I act in other states. Because in New York, you could just, like, fucking scream at someone. No, and people, there's no expectation, first of all, that someone's going to have a gun or that someone's going to fucking shoot you, right? In other states, it's like, especially in the South, it's like, you know, it's not that serious for me. It's not. I actually don't know if you're carrying, and it's not that serious for me. Whatever the issue is, it's not that serious. I'm good. I'm good. There's a video by a YouTuber that actually talks about the harmful effects of the infrared. Well, it's not infrared sounds, it's infrasound, I think. That isn't perceptible by humans and causes severe harm to some vulnerable people. Could I link it in chat? Well, I don't want to watch that because I want to get to the stuff that we have to get to. And if we get into too much of an AI data center stun lock, we're not going to get to anything else. But yeah, it's not good. Shocking. Isn't that shocking?
enough water, enough ability to air condition these data centers that throw off a lot of heat. There's been debate locally about the appearance of these data centers, not exactly masterpieces in architecture. And there's even been, just as recently as this week, discussions about the financing of data centers raised by Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro. But the idea of threats over these data centers, particularly focused on politicians, is something, as you suggested, is really starting to come to the forefront here, and is even, in one instance, involved the FBI. There was a incident in April of this year where 13 shots were fired, as you mentioned, into a Councilman Ron Gibson's home in Indianapolis. The FBI is taking a look at that case. So far, no arrests that we're aware of. You've got an incident just a couple of days ago in Marshall, Michigan, where there was a what's been described as...
I mean, what do you think people are going to do when they protest the data center? They call their local representatives because they don't want a data center. They show up to every town hall to fight the data center. And then you give the AI company the data center they want anyways. What?
A legitimate or credible death threat there to the city council as they approved a one-year moratorium on data centers in Salix, Iowa. There was a discussion in threats that were made following a consideration by the city council there for a one-year data center moratorium, and then additional death threats in Emporia, Kansas, that led to city council members there having virtual...
I live in Indy, and there's some pretty strong evidence that Gibson staged the shooting at his home because he doesn't even really live there. I mean, even if he didn't stage it, or even if he did stage it, what's the point of staging something like this? Do you think people are going to have sympathy for you? People are going to be like, then stop fucking building the data center. If people hate it this much and you are meant to represent the interests of the people, then why the fuck are you building the data center? It's like the Luigi Mangione thing. It's like people like Ben Shapiro really thought they were going to go online and say, this is crazy. The left-wing violence... The left-wing violence is out of fucking control. And then everyone in his audience were like, no, we don't like United Healthcare either. And actually, we don't give a fuck about whatever shitty thing happened to someone like that. That guy was a scumbag. I'm not saying anyone else should go and fucking cheer that shit on or like should go and do more. But I'm not going to cry over some piece of shit who I know has denied me healthcare and a bunch of people I love healthcare. Like, fuck that. What the fuck? Fuck that. I'm not shedding tears for this piece of shit. That's what Republicans were saying. That's what, like, that's what the Republicans are saying.
Meetings, going back to something that hadn't happened, according to people commenting on that decision in the community, hadn't happened going back to COVID. So there are definitely now threats about this. The political violence has been well covered over the last couple of years, and now the question is really the data center issue the key lightning rod here going forward? And are we going to see more threats, and are there going to be arrests as a result of that? It just points to the fact that this is really becoming a heated debate.
I like how there's no discussion about how disliked data centers are. Wow, people must feel really strongly about this. Oh, okay. No, you don't want to. Oh, all right. All right, let's close all this stuff. Close. No. Oh no. New Fantano episode. I seen you on the Hasan Abi stream the other day. But yeah, we're making moves. We're making moves, bro. New Fantano video just dropped. Joe Rogan is stupid. The balls are balding.
Gone, people.
Oh my god, Contra, man. What the hell? Thank you for the 50 gift subs. The big 50. Guys, if one person gifts 50 gift subs, it means that at least one other person needs to give 50 gift subs. That's what Dan Clancy told me personally. That's what Dan Clancy told me. Yeah. I don't know if you guys know that or not. Mm-hmm. Guys, I have to fix my bangs. They're pissing me off so bad. So 1 second. Oh, didn't mean to do that. 1 sec.
Hi everyone, Reethany Tractano here, the internet's busiest music nerd, and it's time for me to come on and apologize and admit that it's true. I'm wrong. I had no idea what I was talking about when I said that hip hop, that rap music, despite the fact that it's not currently in the top 10 on the charts at the moment, as far as the singles, Drake's Iceman is still at number 9 on the Billboard 200, and Pooh Shiesty just debuted at number 7. But yeah, what I want to say and what I want to take back is that it's true. Hip hop and rap are dead. They're gone. They're done. Nobody is listening to them anymore. Not a single rap song is being purchased or streamed as we speak. And why is this happening? You may ask. Why? Because US aid was defunded, of course. Yeah. What is my source on this? It's Joe Rogan. Let's cut to what has sort of initiated this conversation recently, that would be a recent clip.
I totally forgot about this, dude. Oh my god, I fucking forgot about this stupid shit. This, like, Joe Rogan being like, yeah, this is why. See, nobody actually ever liked rap. See?
From Joe's podcast, where him and guest Shane Gillis are, interestingly enough, talking about the band Turnstile.
What is Turnstile?
New at all.
Joe,
Turnstile puts on a fucking show.
It's new.
Explain to me, please, Jeremy.
They're like a young hardcore band, kind of, you know?
Oh, nice. Is it Cumcore?
Turnstile, successful band, having a really neat cultural moment right now. They put out great...
Did he say, is it Cumcore? What did he say?
Records recently and in the past too. Some nice roots in the punk and hardcore scene. Getting a rare bit of platforming is shout
Never listened to Cumcore. Is it fire?
out on what is the biggest podcast out there today. That's a cool thing. But the clip that I'm referencing here goes south pretty quickly with this portion here at the very end.
Kids are doing band. Rock is back. They're from Baltimore. Nice.
Yeah. Baltimore.
They say
I think.
The weird thing is how rap has fallen off the charts.
I was going to say that.
It's because Drizzy Drake was gone. No, it's because USAID got defunded. The Agency for International Development is well known to have been funding about a bunch of radical anti-government rappers overseas. Funding a ton of them. Like a ton of, it was basically all about regime change. That was a big part of what USA was about. No, USA didn't fund rap music, despite what this viral right-wing theory claims about chart. There you go. Yeah, but this is Yahoo News, and that's owned by Ari's family.
Jeff, it's literally your claims.
Well,
if you Google something, it's directly against you.
But this one is not mine. I read this online, and I read this from people like...
Hey, Jamie, pull this up. Hey, Jamie, can you check this?
One of them was Mike Benz, and Mike Benz is very credible and was talking about it. So it's not my idea at all.
Isn't he a CIA disinformation agent?
Believe it or not, this is actually a narrative he has been pushing on his podcast, which again is the biggest podcast for weeks, if not even months at this point. Cut back to this interview clip with Tony Hinchcliffe, another moron, where he's going a lot deeper into this theory.
But there's some people that believe that gangsta rap in particular, when it came about in the 1980s, was a part of the push to popularize it and produce it, was a part of the government, some faction of the government, some intelligence agencies wanting to create more crime, wanting to fill more private prisons, wanting to erode the fabric of society so they could push for more laws to keep you safer. This is like one of the most tinfoil hat conspiracies. But people are pointing out that right now it's like one of the rare times where no rap music is on the charts. Yeah. And they're saying, well, how does this coincide with USAID? Was USAID like actively promoting rap music? Was that one of the reasons why rap music was so popular? Is that real? That can't be real.
Maybe back in the day. It seems like.
What? Maybe what?
That would be more manipulative. I don't see how.
I believed that until I heard mumble rap. I'm like, this is not real.
No, you can take any genre And eventually there is some niche of the genre that kind of nobody likes, but it exists anyways. Mumble rap is one of those niches within the genre of rap. But like, again, pick any genre. There are like hyperpop. There are lots of people that fucking hate hyperpop. Subgenre of pop. I mean, rock music. I think metal would be considered a subgenre of rock music. There are people that hate metal. Like any genre that exists is going to have tens of subgenres, and some people are not going to like some of those subgenres. Like, okay, those are for the hardcore, die-hard fans, all right?
This is trying to make people stupid.
Yeah.
Where do I even begin with this? First, let me address the irony that Turnstile, and this is no shade to them, currently have no albums in the Billboard 200 right now. Meanwhile, there are numerous rap albums in the Billboard 200 currently. So the idea that rock bands like Turnstile exist and are thriving culturally is not because rap is having a down moment right now, or is struggling to find listeners. But that leaves the question, why was gangster rap so popular? How did something so vile and morally reprehensible gain so much of a cultural foothold? And if you want it, here's the real answer. White people loved the shit out of it. For an audience that watches this channel, I don't know if the context of that really needs to be further explained. You yourselves are probably fans of a lot of the rap music that's dropped over the past 10 years and don't need to be told why it was good or why it was popular. But what I will say is that it's becoming very clear that Joe didn't come up with this theory on his own, as there seem to be multiple right-wing outlets that have been pushing this very narrative in recent weeks, especially with artists like Ella Langley doing so well on the charts right now. Because if country music is doing so well as it is currently, that must mean that, you know, white America is back.
Libtards have no response to this. It's Ella Langley.
And this...
He did the meme. Wait, let me pull it up. Wait. Wait. He did this meme. I'm sure you guys have seen a lot of different iterations of this meme. The left has no answer for this. And it's Tung Tung Sahar getting into a pineapple, eating some of the pineapple, and then redecorating some of the inside of a pineapple with gold. Pineapple. Pickle. 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 The left has no answer for this. And then he did it, but actually...
America is back so well as...
Libtards have no response to this.
They have no response to this. What's there to respond to? A woman? A woman making music that people like. What do you want me to respond? What do you want me to say? Okay. Yeah.
It's Ella Langley.
And this narrative has trickled down so far now that even bottom-feeding right-wing TikTok slot merchant boomers are repeating it too.
Hey, did you know that the CIA funded the rap music explosion? And now that the USAID funds got cut, for the first time in 30 years, not a single rap song has made it to the top 40. Wow, 2 years in a row. Think about that for a second.
Also, I love how this dude favors hard rock and hair metal and like glam rock as being really quality and I don't know, way more like morally admirable than rap music. Meanwhile, how many of these dudes couldn't even keep their hands out of the pants of like teenage girls? Just like a certain president who's in office. But yeah, I'm sorry to any conspiracy nuts that just so happened to stumble upon this video, because no, there is no truth to the idea that the CIA is what has made like hip hop and gangster rap popular. And honestly, if that is the narrative that we are running with, we could just so easily say that Joe Rogan is popular because of the same exact mechanisms in the entertainment industry. After all, Spotify being the biggest music streaming platform in the world is essentially a major label pay pig, and the major labels are actually even invested in the platform and helped ensure its success as we transitioned into the streaming age. And Joe Rogan has received multiple contracts from Spotify to continue to host his podcast there, upwards of like $100 million and even more. And that's far more money than even the highest grossing artists on the Spotify platform are making off of their streams any given year. You think Drake is making $100 million off of his Spotify streams? No. That's why that man takes steak sponsorships. So if the major labels are a tool of the CIA and Spotify is a tool of the major labels, and they then turn around and fund the artists and the music trends and the entertainment platforms that they want to be popular in order to keep people stupid and uneducated and ignorant and even divided, I think you could make a far more compelling case that Joe Rogan is popular because maybe the CIA wants him to be. I mean, after all, there's been numerous instances of open disinformation being spouted from Joe Rogan's stupid ass mouth about vaccines, about trans people, about even kitty litter boxes in kids' schools. I mean, this guy seems to believe just about anything he sees on the internet. Probably why he likes AI so much. Because if there's anything...
Wait, what was that random boxing clip?
Joe Rogan believes or wants to see in the world and it doesn't actually exist, he can just have AI generate it in a matter of moments. But yeah, there you go. Joe Rogan. Fucking idiot. Per usual. Now remember when you click off this video to go listen to your CIA...
Oh, he thought dad was the other guy's actual dad. He thought it was a dad fighting his son. Me boxing Connor eats pants. Wait, so he cannibalized a woman live on television? Jamie, pull it up. Jamie, pull the clip up.
CIA funded and mandated hip hop music. I'm going to go listen to A Tribe Called Quest because the FBI wants me to.
Yay! I love. Oh my God. Jamie, I was reading on 4chan. See if you can find it. Oh, Lord, dude. All right. Now, shall we? Is it time? All right, lock in, everybody. Asmongold calls his Twitch ban politically motivated and unfair.
You say XQC tier list streamers? I mean, I would put XQC on that list too. Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's been streaming for a long time. Sure. And I think Twitch generally believes a creator of your size needs them more than they need you. Well, I mean, I think that Twitch is beneficial to me, and I like Twitch. I think that it's a mutually beneficial relationship, if anything, especially with me not even getting ads on the platform. But I do think that my suspension was politically motivated, and I think it was unfair, especially after things that other people say on the platform. Like there was a partner.
Politically motivated because you said that you would shoot. You would be fine with shooting women and children to prevent them from entering the border. Or entering the country and crossing the border. Does he think that anyone else saying that wouldn't get banned?
streamer that like made a comment about somebody going to my house and beating me up that lived in Austin, and they deleted the posts they made, but they received no suspension or anything like that. So it's just very odd that, you know, other people that are on the platform can make open threats of violence, and you know, the moment that I say that you should secure your borders, then suddenly now you're getting banned. It seems really weird, very weird website, and I just don't really see something like that lasting long term. But Twitch has been around for a long time, so maybe I'm wrong. I don't really know. So yeah, rules for thee and not the main. Yeah, I mean, I think that's just really the way those people operate. That's like their main operating principle.
Who is these people? How these people operate? Who the fuck is he even talking about? I'm genuinely asking.
To begin with, right? Put depressed mothers on the border, they won't have an issue.
What?
I think that might be the best comment of the day, and we're only like a half hour into the stream. Only 15 minutes into the stream. That's crazy.
I don't, I guess I just don't get it. I don't know. Oh, okay. It's just so boring, dude. It's just literally, it's so bland. I feel like his content used to have a little bit more sauce to it, and there used to be some effort involved in you know, pushing whatever stupid idea he wanted to push, and now it's just like, it's just so bland. It's just like the laziest garbage I've ever seen in my life. Just like, it was politically motivated. Me talking about being pro murdering women and children at the border and saying that I would personally do it. That was politically motivated. You don't think it's because Twitch doesn't want people to say things like that? Okay. And then, like, I think this is like up there with like top 10 cringiest things I've ever seen in my life. There's this weird phenomenon among like right-wingers, but especially really dumb right-wingers, where they say like the most humiliating things a person could ever say, but then they pretend like it's like, oh, I was baiting and I was trolling. And it's like a good bait and like a good troll should make the other person look bad or make the other person look stupid. You're not baiting or trolling by humiliating yourself on the internet.
At some point, but I don't know what to cook that's edible for him. He's actually a baby when it comes to food. Like, he won't eat 90% of food that I would make.
Like, I'm trying every attempt that I can to come up with like a good explanation for how this is like bait or how this is like funny troll or something. It's like the troll is the woman calling you a baby. Real oriful play there. Like,
Most food in the world will make him gag. Every time I ask him, oh, can you clean this a little bit? He beat me. See, my eyes are still red from crying last night. Because he makes me cry every night.
Do you guys get it? It's funny. It's because where's the comedic timing? I feel like it'd be funny if like I could see myself laughing at a clip between two people where like one person reaches okay, sorry, like let me give you guys a good example of like the version of this that's funny, which is that trend of people being like
doing.
Sorry, let me pull it up. What? There we go.
Wait, Azim, am I allowed to eat?
No, not this one. Hold up. Sorry, hold. I don't know if you guys saw this trend. This was a pretty funny prank, I think. Asking my husband for permission to order in front of the waitress.
What about you?
Can I get the steak too?
What?
Can I also get like the steak that you got?
You can order whatever you want. Why are you asking?
His face is like, what do you mean? You can.
I just wanted to know if I can also like get what you got. Is that okay?
No, she's joking. Yeah.
Let me see if I can pull this one up.
Yeah. And then, am I allowed to get the fries this time?
What? Yes, get the fries. I swear never can be get the fries. Please get the fries.
I'll get the fries. I'll get the fries with that.
For yourself. I'll get the hand breaded tenders.
Like there's an actual punchline. There's some delivery that's funny. There's some that are done in front of like people's family that were really good. Wait, this one's good too. Hold up.
Can I get the number
Asking if I'm allowed to get fries in front of the cashier prank.
5 meal too? Can I get fries instead of salad?
Yeah. Can she get the large fries? Large fries? That's gonna be for me. And then can she also get a milkshake? Cookies and cream milkshake. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Can you get her a large fry, please? Why are you asking me for permission?
You're not gonna get mad at me, right?
No, you're bad. Can you also add a milkshake for
her? I wonder if there's any of the. I don't think it's in this one. Okay, it's not in this one, but there are some that are like, in front of like people's family as well, where it'll be like having dinner with like my parents and my boyfriend or whatever and my husband, and then asking him if I can have that. And like the parents both widen their eyes. Oh. Stage though, you lack whimsy, so you should take 2 weeks and come back. Anyone else? Haha, not staged at all. You lack whimsy, so take 2 weeks. All right. But yeah, it's so good. So good. Hold up. Let me close this. Sorry, I'm reading chat. All right. Why did I say this? Oh, so like you're playing on this dynamic where it's like, oh look, haha, this person is abusing me. But the thing that makes it funny is the immediate recoil. Like, what? Why are you saying that? I don't say you can't have steak. What? You can get whatever you want. What the hell? Whereas like this clip of like her being like, look, he beats me. It's like, where's the funny? Where's the, it's not funny to just like, you know what I mean, chat? Do you understand? Do you get the point that I'm making?
This a little bit, he beat me. See, my eyes are still red from crying last night. Because he makes me cry every night. I have like itchy, like it's like spots. It's not a whole rash, but like spots everywhere. On my arm, on my leg. It's not that bad though. It's not high. I don't think it is. Cause it's like a mosquito bite. It's like singular. There's no way it's bed bugs. There is.
Look, guys, I was baiting when I was talking about the rashes all over my body. It's just cringe, dude. Her delivery was so dry, people genuinely thought she was being serious. But it's like, even I entered this video expecting all of it to be like rage bait or trolling or whatever, but it's like, the delivery is just so bad that it's just going to be believable for most people. And then, like, guys, I was trolling and baiting by saying that he's a baby who won't eat anything and I'm covered in rashes. It's like, oh, it's so funny that you're joking about this thing that would reasonably happen because he probably does have bed bugs. Huh? Like, maybe it's like a humiliation kink or something. I don't know. It's just cringy. Like, I think did I save it? Let me see if I saved it. I think rage baiting when done well and like trolling when done well is top tier, is peak. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, I don't think I saved it. No. There's this really funny Vanilla Mace story. I was trolling about the guy who was friends with a bunch of abusers abusing me. Sounds like someone who just got their ass beat. It's just like, it's not funny. Like, where's the funny? When do we get the funny though? Oh, I can't find it. Maybe if I go straight to Instagram, maybe I can find it. No, it's not available. That's okay. Is this it? Yes. How did you find this? What the hell? Oh my God. Vanilla's story. And it's Vanilla Mace posted on Instagram saying, "Please, who has leads on a Freddy at Spirit Halloween?" So is Spirit Halloween doing like some Freddy Fazbear thing? I assume. And someone replied to her story, like a fan or something, I guess. And they said, "Don't you got money to buy it?" And she responded to this person saying, "It's sold out everywhere, dumbass." And then the person replied in all caps saying, "Who you calling a dumbass? It was a simple fucking question, you fucking cunt." So, and then she says some other shit and says, "Excuse fucking me for being confused. How are we supposed to know it's sold out? You didn't even say that. Plus, there's one right there in front of you, so we would assume it was there in stock." Oh, hell no, you rude. And then she responded saying, "How are you gonna get mad when you were rude first? I'm crying." And then all caps, "How was I rude? You never said it was sold out. Let me unfollow you right quick. Let me unfollow you right quick on TikTok and on here, because girl, what the fuck?" And then she posted the chimpanzee doing like the thinking pose at the like tiger or lion or whatever that's screaming. Like, this is good rage bait, dude. She rage baited this shit out of this person. Oh, Christ almighty. It's funny. It's funny. I think good rage bait is very funny. But like, what's the rage bait here? Like, no one felt rage seeing this. They were just like, you're covered in bed bugs? You should check that out. That's really gross. I hope you check those rashes out. Okay. It's not like good rage bait. It's not good like trolling because no one is like actually mad. No one got offended. People were just like grossed out. They were like, ew. All right. Sure, I guess. This is rage bait because the response you're trying to get is someone that gets so mad about the thing that they can't even think straight anymore. Not people feeling grossed out and kind of bad for you. It's just not good. It's just not good rage bait. I'm sorry, man. It's just a principled stance for me that I feel like if you're going to do comedy, make it good, you know? But anywho, that's enough of that. I love this fucking... That image is so good. All right, let's close this. I like how Asmongold fans are just like, they really are struggling with like the most basic levels of like comprehension. The only one coping is you. That sentence doesn't make any sense. Asmongold was coping that his ban was politically motivated. How can I be... What would I be coping with? What? I know this is a crazy notion, but you can't just know you your way out of every conversation. There are instances where know you doesn't make any sense. Okay. I just jumped off a skyscraper. You rage baited yet, liberal? Uno reverse. It's like, all right. Let's see. There was something else. Oh, you guys see this? Some streamers are suing Twitch over the generative AI training. The proposed class of video streamers claim their content is being used to train Amazon's AI model without their permission or compensation. Dude, based. Fucking based, dude. Absolutely based. Okay. Now, let's close this. I'm excited to show you guys this one. Hold. Where is it? There was an amazing clip that I was going to show all of you. This was separate that I also wanted to show you guys. U.S. Department of Education Freedom Revs. Stay tuned for the Freedom 250 Grand Prix this weekend. Who is this figure? Computer enhance. Hey. So who is this figure? That's Wallow Epstein. Oh, okay. And the comments are filled with people saying, Hillary, Trump, and Epstein. Is that Epstein? Is that fucking Epstein, dude? Address me. You see, part of injecting yourself into every pop culture reference is that eventually it always leads back to Jeffrey Epstein. Nice job. And then there was a community note, or like a pretend community note. The individual on the right is Jeffrey Epstein. The intern who posted this, realizing he left Epstein in the photo. Oh. Oh, Christ almighty. Um... Next. There was this thing that I really wanted to show you guys. Donald Trump on Abdul El-Sayed. He campaigned recently with a communist fanatic who says America deserved 9/11.
They should be kissing Denims' feet.
Banner Special, thank you for the 5 game sub. I needed that.
Gave him a lot of money, and he recently campaigned with a communist fanatic who says that America deserved 9/11. We deserved it, right? We deserved all that death, destruction. In Texas, the Democrat nominee for Senate said he hates Christianity and that the 10 Commandments are a form of fascism. She gave him a lot of money, and he recently campaigned with a communist fanatic who says that America deserved 9/11. We deserved it, right? We deserved all that death, destruction.
Hey guys,
I'm gonna fuck him.
is this good? Is this good? This is a good sign. It's funny as fuck either way, lol. On the anniversary, Trump clip farming. If he name drops, I'm gonna lose it. Guys, why do I have to pee so bad? All right, hold on. I'm gonna go pee really fast. 1 sec.
And who did you vote for?
The $1 million question. Trump.
Trump. Donald Trump.
The swing is because people want lower prices. They probably believe that Trump would give them that.
Rent is expensive. Foods are going up. Utility bills are up.
And that's your hope, to see a little bit more of an affordable life?
Absolutely.
My name is Zohran Mamdani. I'm going to be running for mayor next year.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
The dawn of Mayor Mamdani's campaign was going out to Fordham Road here in the Bronx and Hillside Avenue in Queens right after Trump got elected to find out why people in this very democratic city were so ticked off. And the answer they kept coming back to was affordability. Things are too expensive. Mayor Mamdani's back with me here. Joining us now, Christiane Spariasu, a former Trump supporter, voter who supported the mayor, Sarah Bediako, whose daughter is in a pre-K class. The mayor and President Obama visited here in the Bronx last weekend. You might have seen pictures of that. Great to have you both here.
Thank you.
Christiane, let me start with you just because the sort of conceit of that video the mayor did was, if you looked at New York City returns, Trump got a lot more votes than you might have expected. You were a Republican, Trump supporter, Trump voter. What sort of driven you in the direction that you are now in terms of voting for the mayor? What are you looking for from him now?
Yeah, so like some of my background, I went to Siena College, double majored in economics and political science with the goal of helping people in public policy and getting involved in government. I always had strong principles of conservative values of limited government, for example, not getting involved in foreign wars. So when I saw Trump campaign as a populist for the American people, saying we're going to lower inflation, we're going to support the American worker, and we won't get involved in foreign wars, that really attracted me to his campaign, which that was obviously all a lie, especially like right now we're fighting a war in Iran.
Your politics have changed over time, but you know, this question of sort of prioritizing workers and bringing inflation down, like how much do you still think of that as a North Star for whether this mayor succeeds or not?
Well, like I really admire like you championing affordability, especially when it comes to housing. For instance, I live in a rent-stabilized apartment, so over the years in the story, I've seen more and more people get pushed out of the neighborhood because they can't afford the rent, especially immigrant families. And you're pro-union. I really support that.
One of the dynamics for this city, right? One of the challenges is there's lots of very rich people. There's a lot of people really struggling. And there's things you can do on the policy side. You could tax some of those rich folks, and you could create services, universal pre-K for folks that are struggling.
This sounds great.
Yes, but also you want to build middle-class jobs, right? Like if it keeps going in that direction of a city of like Wall Street folks and billionaires and folks that are just like making minimum wage, that's a tough city to sustain. It's a tough city to sustain culturally, fiscally, financially. Like, how do you think about that, about building a middle class here that's independent of taxing the rich, paying for services?
I think that's at the heart of what we're looking to do.
You cannot create a middle class so long as billionaires are constantly robbing the city.
Because what the middle class represents to so many, not just New Yorkers, but Americans, is stability. It's dignity. It's the ability to not just go out there and work, but also have somewhere to come home to at the end of the day and be able to rest on top of that. And
not need the government to subsidize you directly, right? Or not be depending on programs.
Well, I think the beauty of a public good is that it should be so good that everyone uses it, right? To me, I don't want public goods to be something that you only use if you don't have enough money in your pocket. The dream of New York City is in many ways the dream of the subway.
I mean, dude, let me just say, I was genuinely like culture shocked going to the rest of America, coming from New York City. And people are like, no, only the poors take the bus. I was like, oh, you're joking, right? I guess that's pretty funny. That's pretty fun. You're not joking? But wait, I'm sorry. I don't understand. What do you mean you're not joking? No, everyone takes the bus because it's good. Why would you want to drive when you can get on the bus? What? The bus and the trains are nice. You just get on, you can like take a nap, you can be drunk, you can be high, you can be tired. You know, what do you mean? I don't understand. What do you mean only the poor people?
Its best, right? It's the fastest way to get around. Right. It doesn't matter how much money you have. That's how you get to where you're going. And that's what we want childcare to be. That's what we want so much of this city to be, so that working class New Yorkers are not worried about whether they can survive in this city, but actually, can they build a life in this city? That's what we want the answer to be.
The childcare, your daughter, right, is in the childcare. Got to meet the former president of the United States the other day.
Yes, that was a surprise. So thank you for bringing it. Yes, so she's in a childcare right now, learning through play. It's a great place that she's at. I feel safe and comfortable.
Remember when I told you guys that like literally yesterday I said, you guys don't understand the number of people that voted for Trump that don't have like an allegiance to Trump, that are willing to vote for candidates that will actually try and improve their lives. Like there are a lot of these people. Some of the dumbest Trump voters are still willing to vote for a progressive that they feel like is outside of the system. And people are like, you're giving them too much credit. They would never vote for Mamdani. It's like, or like they would never vote for like a progressive kid. It's like, yes, they will. Yes, they would. What is this defeatist attitude? Do I think you're going to get every single one of them? Of course not. Obviously not. But there are plenty that are reachable. I don't think you should only attempt to address their concerns and only appeal to them. You should just appeal to the people.
And I don't have to worry about her going to that class. I wish that they had it for 2K because I had to stay home for almost 2 years to care for her because childcare was so expensive. When I was researching at that time, it was almost 1K a week just for my child to go to a quality and safe childcare program.
And you're not alone in that. This is the story of so many parents who a good deal would be if they found $20,000 a year for childcare. That's a good deal in New York City. And this is not something that just affects working class New Yorkers or middle class New Yorkers. We have people making north of 6 figures for
appealing to only moderate voters is working out great. I mean, unironically, that's literally the strategy of Democrats, and it's why establishment Democrats, it's why they keep fucking losing. They literally keep losing because they only want to appeal to moderates. It's like, why not just run a campaign that is so good that everyone wants to vote for you? Huh? AOC gets a statistically significant portion of the Trump voters. Why not just run a campaign that's like, yeah, I'm not going to take on I'm not interested in a pay boost. I'm declining that pay boost. The $300,000 they wanted to pay me for, I don't feel like I've earned it. It's also not what I campaigned on. I campaigned on improving people's lives and good policy. So that's what I'm going to push for. I want people to have fast and free buses. I want people to have grocery stores that aren't price gouging. I want people to have free childcare. I want them to have healthcare. I want them to have a rent freeze. I want to fix the roads. I want to fix every pothole. I want to plow all the snow. Like, that's what I want to do. I'm here to serve the people that live here. I don't care who you voted for. I don't care what your allegiance is to whatever party. I just want to try and make your life better if you live in this city and make everybody's lives better in this city. And shocker, that appeals to everyone. Isn't that crazy that that's appealing to everyone? And you don't have to only appeal to white men, or you don't have to only appeal to moderates, or you don't have to only appeal to the left or the right or whatever.
Whom that is still going to have a huge impact on their ability to live in the city.
Christian has gone fully from CPAC to socialism. Chris Quinones here with us, who you might recognize, who was in, and I remember seeing you in that video when you said, $1 million question, and then you said, you're a Republican, you voted for Trump.
Thanks for the pitchforks.
No, New
New
York contains multitudes, and we welcome them all. Do you have a question for the mayor? Or what are you looking for him to deliver on for you to become a convert or at least a supporter?
I'm a reasonable person.
Least reasonable guy ever always loves to say, I'm a reasonable person.
Given what people think and say about Republicans, I don't parrot. I think for myself. Maybe I'm unique, maybe I'm not. I'll leave that for smarter people. What I would like to say is that I understand where you're coming from, what you want to provide for the people. And my personal belief, not that I'm going to parrot, but my personal belief is that if you're going to charge me a tax, I want you to show me something for it. So I don't know how people feel about taxes, because people, feel differently about taxes. And that's a conversation for another time. But what I would say is, if you can show beyond any reasonable doubt that if this...
Which, by the way, this is literally what I was talking about yesterday. Literally what I was talking about yesterday, which is just that the American people are they're tired of dealing with paying taxes that go literally nowhere. Oh, okay. I don't know. This guy sounds annoying. All right, hold up. There's something I was going to show you guys. What is this?
Around neurotypical children. We have a responsibility to do better when an autistic, sorry about that. When an autistic person goes missing,
Oh, obviously that's his ringtone. Of course it is. Of course his ringtone is a quacking noise. They, literally, guys, I don't know how to explain this. I don't know how to say this in any other words. If this was a TV show, it would be too on the nose. People would be pissed. They'd be like, oh, let me get this straight. The quack has a ringtone that's literally a quack. Okay. Yeah, I'm sure that would totally happen in real life. Are we serious? Are we just... So, autism destroys families.
this is an individual tragedy as well. Autism destroys families. More importantly, it destroys our greatest resource, which are our children. These are children who should not be suffering like this. These are kids who, many of them were fully functional and regressed because of some environmental exposure into autism when they're 2 years old. And these are kids who will never pay taxes, they'll never hold a job, they'll never play baseball, they'll never write a poem, they'll never go out on a date. Many of them will never use a toilet unassisted. And we have to recognize we are doing this to our children, and we need to put an end to it. Some of the key numbers from the...
Damn, you people can't do anything. You guys know that one copy pasta. Listen, the only time autism has torn a family apart, is when your wife buys 500 more Warhammer figurines. That's when it does. Like, we don't have room for these. Someone who's good at the economy, please help me.
ADD.
Anyways, let's watch this horrible thing.
Report.
Call me out then, I guess. Jesus fucking Christ.
Overall, the autism is increasing.
Denims, what do you mean, you people? You're inside the house. You're the one meticulously organizing the rice.
Prevalence at an alarming rate. The study tests 8-year-olds who were born in 2014. And by the way, these studies are 2 years later than they should be. And one of the things that we're going to do as we move this function to the Administration for a Healthy America, to the Chronic Disease Division, the new Chronic Disease Division, is we are going to have updated real-time data so that people can look at this, so Americans can understand what is happening with chronic disease in this country in real time. And I'd have to wait 2 years to react. We don't wait 2 years to react to a measles epidemic, and we should not, or any kind of infectious disease. We shouldn't have to do that for diabetes or autism.
You know, as an idea, I got an idea about this measles problem, but it might be a little bit crazy is the thing. What if we vaccinated people against measles, like when they were young? What if we did that? I don't know if that would be... Like, admittedly, I'm not a medical health professional. I'm not a health professional by any stretch of the imagination. So I could be completely wrong about that. But like, what if we tried that as like a strategy? Maybe. What if we did that?
The prevalence rate in 8-year-olds is now 1 in 31. Shocking. There's an extreme risk for boys. Overall, the risk for boys of getting an autism diagnosis in this country is now 1 in 20. And as high in California, which has the best data collection. So it probably also reflects the national trend, 1 in 12.5 boys. This is part of an unrelenting upward trend. The prevalence 2 years ago was 1 in 36. Since the first ADDM report in 1990, which was 1992 births, autism has increased by a factor of 4.8. That's 480%, I believe. The first ADDM survey was 22 years ago when prevalence was 1 in 150 children. In all the core states, the trend is consistently upward, and most cases now are severe.
So, did you guys know that if you don't test for COVID, you don't have COVID? Do you guys know that or no? No, that's how it works. Yeah.
So about 25% of the kids who are diagnosed with autism are nonverbal, non-toilet trained, and have other stereotypical features, head banging, tactile and light sensitivities, stimming, toe walking, etc. One of the things that
Stimming? I also don't know what the last one was. Toe ucking? Toe walking. What is toe? Oh, like tippy toeing? Uh-huh. Can you turn subtitles on? Sorry, you're so right.
we need to move away from today.
The other problem too with all of this, like the entire presentation on this, besides it being obviously very ableist, is like there are lots of neurotypical kids that have any number of, I think that they might be called developmental issues that just sometimes happen that are more than manageable as long as you attempt to catch it like soon and work on it. So like lisps, for example, there can be technically nothing wrong with you and you have a lisp, or you have difficulty pronouncing certain words, or like stuttering is another example where there isn't technically some neurodevelopmental disorder, but there's like a struggle with that, and you get a speech therapist as a kid, and then you don't have to deal with that problem anymore. And that's it. Like, huh? I think my last message explains where this thinking comes from. Let me see. I think his understanding of autism comes from what happened to his aunt after they lobotomized her. And he just thinks lobotomy is the thing that happens if you take vaccines. No, I think that he's like a conspiracy theorist who thinks that the vaccines actually cause autism. But speech therapy is woke and gay and silly, Denims. Oh, okay, my bad. Sorry, my bad. Like, it's the same thing. The reason to diagnose children sooner is because you can help those children who are on the spectrum and give them coping tools or coping mechanisms sooner in life instead of letting them struggle with all of these different social situations that they otherwise would be very confused about, or any number of social cues. As like one random example of something that people on the spectrum can struggle with, social cues. Instead of making this kid just suffer because, well, they can use the toilet on their own or whatever, so they obviously aren't autistic or whatever the fuck this stupid nonsense is. It's like, no, you can provide them with tools that would make their life better sooner.
Is this...
there are kids who go from verbal to nonverbal overnight and are cause for alarm, but there's no way to talk about it. And to say the science is settled on vaccines is inherently science because it's never. I mean, it's just nonsense. It's just fucking nonsense.
Is this ideology that the
early intervention is one of the most effective ways to treat autism and improve long-term outcomes? I mean, at least treat the symptoms that are associated with, or the symptoms that come with being on the spectrum that make life more difficult and make not acclimating, but like adjusting to the rest of the world that make that more difficult. Being able to find that sooner and be like, yeah, there's nothing wrong with you. Yep, these are just the rules. This is what you just need to do. This is how everyone else feels about this thing. This is how they're seeing it. having that ability is like, why wouldn't we provide that for kids? That feels like on the same level as like seeing a kid with a speech impediment and saying, well, it must be the vaccine that caused the speech impediment. It's like, or we can just give them a speech therapist. What? What's wrong with that?
Autism diagnosis, that the autism prevalence increases, the relentless increases, are simply artifacts of better diagnoses, better recognition, or changing diagnostic criteria. If you look at table 3 of the ADD.
Sure, you're already aware, but the whole anti-vax panic started with a dude trying to make a buck off his own vaccine. More specifically, it was a dude trying to separate the MMR vaccine into 3 separate vaccines. But we watched a little bit of it, and I talked about it like literally 2 weeks ago, I think. Wakefield, yeah, Andrew Wakefield.
Report, it's clear that the rates are real, that they are increasing in the last 10 years, which is.
No, sorry, let me clarify this statement. If the rates are increasing, it's because 1, we are destigmatizing being autistic or being on the spectrum, which means more people are willing to go and get a diagnosis instead of just avoiding the problem and ignoring it and pretending like everything's fine. And 2, our definition has changed significantly to mean, oh, any number of these things can mean that you're on the spectrum. And that's fine.
Beginning with the first one, year by year, there is a steady, relentless increase.
It's kind of like seeing someone who can't see and saying, well, just see better instead of giving them glasses for fuck's sake. Can you imagine, like, we have all these people with astigmatism and all these people with like -5 vision, and we're like, you know what we need to do? Stop giving people vaccines. It's like, there must be a better solution to this problem. There's gotta be maybe some type of glassware that I could wear on some type of glass that I could wear on my face, maybe, perhaps, instead of, I don't know, getting rid of the thing that stopped measles.
I want to, because this epidemic denial has become a feature in the mainstream media, and it's based on an industry canard. And obviously, there are people who don't want us to look at environmental exposures. And so I want to just read you some of little excerpts from some of the older studies. The baseline for autism in this country was established with the largest epidemiological study in history. A study of all 900,000 children in the state of Wisconsin, children under the age of 12. They found 0.7 children had autism in every 10,000. That's less than 1 in 10,000. Today we're at 1 in 31.
I need to see this research. I need to see this. I'm sorry.
That study also confirmed the 4-to-1 male to female ratio. There were at that time just over 60 children in Wisconsin with autism. And today it's around 20,000. In 1987, there was another exhaustive study, a peer-reviewed study in North Dakota, set out to count every child in the state with a pervasive developmental disorder, including autism. That study meticulously combed through every record, every diagnosis, and he even conducted in-person assessments of the entire population of 180,000 children under 18. The autism rate they found was 3.3 per 10,000. So that's in line with the 1 in 10,000 that was found in Wisconsin 17 years earlier. For context, today, the last number of 1 in 36 is 83 times higher.
Guys, it's a study from 40 years ago. You're telling me you don't trust a study from Dakota in 1986? You're telling me that there's no way that science is always evolving? That can't be right.
In 1987, out of every 1 million kids, 330 were diagnosed with autism. Today, there are 27,777 for every million. If you accept the epidemic deniers' narrative, you have to believe that researchers in North Dakota missed 98.8% of the children with autism.
There's no way that people aren't denying the research. People are explaining that, of course, you're going to see a rise when it becomes less stigmatized to get diagnosed.
Thousands of profoundly disabled
person in this chatter. Do y'all know any severely autistic people, though? He's describing a reality to many people, but fear-mongering the causes. Denims, you are coping low-key. The rise in cases of kids with diagnoses that put them on the spectrum has increased because we have expanded the definition to include people who are low support need and high support need. Whereas previously, if you could hold a job, you would never get that diagnosis. And we only gave that diagnosis to people who were high support need kids or children or whatever. That definitely is a factor. That's the factor. That's the factor.
Children were somehow invisible to doctors,
It's like saying telescopes cause planets.
teachers, parents, and even their own study. The same researchers who followed the original cohort for 12 years to double-check their number, they went back in 2000 and found that they had missed exactly one child. So doctors and therapists in the past were not stupid. They weren't missing all these cases. The epidemic is real. Between 1959 and 1965, researchers from 14 hospitals associated with major universities undertook the National Collaborative Perinatal Project, tracking 30,000 children from birth to age 8. This was no half-baked survey-based analysis. The study conducted 9 separate screenings covering neurology, psychology, speech, language, hearing, and visual function. Every developmental quirk, anomaly, and disorder was logged with painstaking detail. Autism, a condition characterized by profound impairments in social communication and behavior, would have stood out like a neon sign. There were 14 cases. That's 4.7 per 10,000. So we know what the historic numbers are, and we know what the numbers are today. And it's time for everybody to stop attributing this to this ideology of epidemic denial.
Epidemic denial is amazing. It's actually amazing.
In 2009, the California state legislature.
Hey, what does eating roadkill cause? Any 39-year-old studies on that? Hey, what does a worm eating part of your brain and then dying cause? I just want to know.
Charged the Mind Institute at UC Davis with because this myth was already becoming pervasive, the myth of epidemic denial was already becoming pervasive in the mainstream media. The California legislature directed the Mind Institute at UC Davis to answer the question And Irva Hertz-Pichota was a highly esteemed, revered scientist, neurology, and epidemiologist, came back with a definitive answer: the epidemic is real. Only a very, very small portion of it can be changed to can be charged to better recognition or better diagnostic criteria. I want to say a couple of other things. There are many, many other studies that affirm this, and instead of listening to this canard of epidemic denial, all you have to do is start reading a little science, because the answer is very clear. And this is catastrophic for our country. There's a recent study by Blaxel et al. And a team of other.
The other factor is older sperm. Advanced paternal age correlates with autism diagnosis almost perfectly, but these idiots hate that because it's the old white men's fault. Well, yeah. It's actually really sad talking to, like, moids sometimes, because you'll try and explain the idea that, like, actually paternal age matters significantly for the quality and like the health of the fetus. And it's, I don't know why, it's like a hard to swallow pill for moids. Where they're like, no, only the woman's age matter. It's like, can you use your brain for a second? You think you combine an egg and a sperm and you think only the egg would matter? It's like making a cake with, like, rotting milk, but the eggs are fresh. It's like, dude, your cake is going to taste like shit. You're using spoiled milk, man. It doesn't matter how fresh the eggs are. The milk is fucking spoiled, dog. Hello? I don't know if people know this, but you're still a human being, okay? You're not unique in some special regard because you produce sperm, so therefore it must be perfect always, forever. Like, hello? Yes, as you age, fertility decreases and the quality of egg and the quality of sperm worsens and degrades because you're aging. You're not, like, exempt from this because moid. Like, that's so fucking stupid. Like, it's just the dumbest thing on the fucking planet.
The researchers said that the cost of treating autism in this country by 2035, so within 10 years, will be $1 trillion a year. This is added to already astronomical healthcare costs. And then there's an individual injury. These are kids that, this is a preventable disease. We know it's an environmental exposure. It has to be. Genes do not cause epidemics. They can provide a vulnerability. You need an environmental toxin. And Irva Hertz-Pichota pointed out that because of this mythology, that the amount of money and resources put into studying genetic causes, which is a dead end, has been historically 10 to 20 times the amount spent by NIH and other agencies to study environmental factors, to study exposures, to study external factors, and that's where we're going to find the answer.
You know what's probably really good for child development? Alfalfa sprouts have been recalled over contaminations with E. coli and salmonella. That's good for human development, right? For child development. It's good that they have as many, they ingest as much E. coli and salmonella as possible. Right? What's that on his forehead? I think it's like some beetles or some flies or something. I don't know. I'm starting to think RFK Jr. is one of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. Pestilence walks among us. Low key. That's how I felt about Lindsey Graham and as the war horseman. The way that he talked about going to war with Iran, he's like, I've been waiting for this for a long time. I can't believe I got Trump to do it. I've been trying to kill those people for so long, and the blood altar calls for their death. So I'm excited. I'm excited about this war. I'm excited to kill. That's wonderful. Wonderful. Like, and I know you guys are thinking, you must be exaggerating. It's the worm peeking out of his head to take a breath.
Virtually everything they have has
Unreleased footage shows Lindsey Graham cheering U.S. strikes on Iran.
been knocked out now. Their missile count is going way down. No. Amazingly, they're hitting countries.
That was your best impression? Oh, thanks.
Look what we've done here. I know. I almost cried.
Yeah.
I mean, like, how long have we been pushing this?
Well, I mean, you've been pushing this for years, right?
Right. It's here. I talked to Trump this morning.
It's literally...
Oh, he's jacked.
Yeah.
It's the best thing I've ever done. He loves blowing stuff up. So, you know, there are a lot of people inside didn't want to do it. So I've had my challenges. But President Trump, when he gets into the zone, he listens, he asks good questions, you know, no tweeting. He has done nothing, he hasn't tweeted much at all, no drama. He's been a great wartime president. I said last night that Trump and Bibi are like Roosevelt and Churchill. I mean, they're the right two guys to confront this evil.
It was worse than I remembered, actually. His laughing and chuckling about people dying in this war.
Look what we've done here.
I know.
Like actual hell-spawn creature. Laughing and saying, look what we've done after like 100 and something schoolgirls were killed in Iran. It's like, oh, okay. I must have missed the memo. Let's keep going, shall we?
This is an individual tragedy as well. Autism destroys families. More importantly, it destroys our greatest resource, which are our children. These are children who should not be suffering like this. These are kids who, many of them were fully functional and regressed because of some environmental exposure into autism when they're 2 years old. And these are kids who will never pay taxes, they'll never hold a job, they'll never play baseball, they'll never write a poem, they'll never go out on a date. Many of them will never use a toilet unassisted. And we have to recognize we are doing this to our children.
And by the way, again, like when you try and look at when you try and look at the data on how many autistic children or how many high needs children exist today relative to a few decades ago, you can't even find this fucking information. They use the most inflated statistics, which can refer to people who are high functioning or require low support. They can have a job. They're intelligent. They, have a social life, but they're definitely on the spectrum. They're also including these people. So when it's like, there's been a 400% increase, it's like, do you not recognize that including people who can live relatively, quote, normal lives, who can use toilets or whatever, is including those people in this data set is just fucking fear-mongering?
Need to put an end to it. And I think I'm going to have Walter Zohran, who is the most senior researcher for this project for ADDM and has been doing this for many years, to come up and say a little.
Good morning. Thank you for being here. I'm here as a long-term autism researcher and a clinical psychologist. I get to wear two hats, one with patients and families, trying to help them get to a diagnosis and to interventions and treatments. But
As
also,
long as it's not the diagnosis that I don't like.
for the last 20 plus years as the director of the New Jersey Autism Study, which is a CDC-sponsored autism surveillance system. We've monitored autism in New Jersey in concert with the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention since 2000. When we began our endeavor with CDC, we expected to do maybe 2 or 3 baseline studies to establish how many children have autism, because it was not expected that autism prevalence would increase. Other childhood disabilities, neurologic disorders do not increase or change over time. But somehow, for some reason, with autism, everything was different. Autism went from being a very unusual, rare disability, which affected, as the secretary said, 1 child in maybe 10,000, to being known in every community, every school district, every center that cares for children with disabilities. Autism is real. It's a true disability. It's not a personality quirky issue. Everything has changed for the individual with autism, and while there's a wide range of expression, it does change the family, and it does inevitably change the community and the society in which we find it. Autism prevalence has increased very dramatically. It's increased in New Jersey, where we have excellent resources and access to services, and it's increased in...
Okay, your data set is wrong, and you included Hasan Piker 10,000 times, so check again.
All the states in the network. It's increased not only by the CDC, ADAM network, active surveillance activities, but it's increased according to federal IDEA statistics and information from a multitude of surveys. It is a true increase. There is better awareness of autism, but better awareness of autism cannot be driving a disability like autism to increase by 300% in 20 years. That's what we saw in New Jersey. That's what the
Low-key, I want to go on like a syndrome, like villain rant and be like, soon everyone will be autistic. And when everyone's autistic, no one is.
CDC report of yesterday indicates, and that's what, in my opinion, future reports from epidemiologists will show. The data provided in yesterday's report strongly suggests that not only is this a high point of autism prevalence,
it's kind of low-key giving this. Authorities predict gals will rise to new heights by 2000. And it's showing like 1900s, the 5-foot woman, 1950, the 5'5" woman, 2000, the 6-foot woman. God, I wish that were true. The future woman will be a giant. The woman of today and her great-grandmother height has increased 8 inches in a century. And it shows constant growth. God, I wish. God, I wish they were right. It's also kind of giving this as well. My 3-month-old son is now twice as big as when he was born. He's on track to weigh 7.5 trillion pounds by age 10. It's really boring down here. They make me watch leftist Twitch streamers sad. Shut the fuck up, Lindsey Graham official. Like you were making a short joke and then I read your username. Like to pretend and to do this fear mongering and be like, we need to do something. All of these autistic people are appearing everywhere. Like, first of all, news flash, asshole. They've been there the whole damn time. You think Grandpa with his fucking intricate train set isn't autistic, you fucking idiot? Nice try. Okay, it's been there the whole time. Second, do I need to pull up the left-handed chart?
Of yesterday indicates, and that's what, in my opinion, future reports from epidemiologists will show. The data provided in yesterday's report strongly suggests that not only is this a high point of autism prevalence, but in the future, rates can only be higher. Autism deserves to be treated as a real public health phenomenon, and I would say is an urgent public health crisis. It's not just that we're more astute or perceptive. It's not like 2 or 3 children out of for every one with autism has remained invisible. Autism is striking, and the consequences are lifelong. So I would urge everyone to consider the...
Okay, did I mishear that, or did he say we? Is he not evidence of... Was that not him saying... Let me just... Maybe I misheard that, sorry. Let me just go back really fast.
Public health phenomenon, and I would say is an urgent public health crisis. It's not just that we're more astute or perceptive. It's not like 2 or 3 children.
That was him saying that he is autistic, yes? Unless he was misspeaking, because he said it's not like we're just more astute or something. No, I misheard? What did he say then? Oh, he's saying... Oh, he's talking about the studies. Okay. My apologies. Okay, that makes sense. It's not that we're more perceptive at detecting autism. Got it.
Out of for every one with autism has remained invisible. Autism is striking, and the consequences are lifelong. So I would urge everyone to consider the likelihood that autism, whether you call it an epidemic, a tsunami, or a surge of autism, is a real thing that we don't...
Dude, you guys excited for the autism tsunami this weekend?
understand, and it must be triggered or caused by environmental or risk factors. We need to address this question seriously because, in my opinion, for the last 20 years, we've collected data but not made real progress in understanding what causes autism or how to effectively prevent it or treat it effectively. So I urge you to read the report very carefully. I urge you to do something that nobody does and go into the many supplemental tables and see that autism is a true phenomenon and that we need a correct perception, not a perception that allows us to just provide services without understanding the root causes or the true factors at play. So thank you for your...
What I don't understand about this like press conference is, do they think that people don't think autism is real and it doesn't exist at all, ever? Well, there are people that think that, but I feel like the majority of people know that autism is real. What?
Your attention. I wish we could answer questions.
I think we can. Let me just say one other thing. I referred to a number of studies. There are many, many, many others in the scientific literature that absolutely explode this mythology that this is, that the autism epidemic is not real. If you read the literature, it is absolutely.
Oh, okay. So they're saying like the autism epidemic isn't real. That people don't think that. Okay, that makes I think more sense. He just kept saying like the other dude kept saying people think autism isn't real or something like that. It's like what the fuck.
It is absolutely indefensible to continue to promote this.
Guys, when are we going to talk about the left-handed epidemic? We stopped beating children and forcing them to write with their right hands, and suddenly we're getting more and more people writing with their left hand. At this rate, everyone is going to be left-handed. When are we going to do something about this left-handed epidemic? Yo, chill, I'm left-handed. Left-handed people when no one's looking.
But it doesn't take you to read the literature. It just takes a little common sense. If the epidemic is an artifact, a better diagnostic criteria or better recognition, then why are we not seeing it in older people? Why is this only happening in young people? I asked Walter before we came out here, I said, have you ever seen anybody our age? I'm 71 years old with full-blown autism, headbanging.
Full-blown autism, full-blown autism. Introducing myself in the future. Yo, I got full-blown autism, bro. It's so absurd. I have to fucking laugh. Oh, that guy has half-blown autism. Nah, he's a poser. No, that guy has full-blown autism.
Nonverbal, non-toilet trained, stimming, toe walking, these other stereotypical features. Where are these people walking around the mall? You can't find them. They're not in homes. There are no homes for them. There are no institutions for them. Why are we seeing them on the street? Anybody can look around and see that this is a canard. And then you have to ask yourself, why is it so pervasive? Why has it been thrown up against us for so many years? And clearly there are industries. This is coming from an environmental toxin. And somebody made a profit by putting that environmental toxin into our air, our water, our medicine.
Well, aren't you guys glad that the FDA makes sure that everything is fucking polluted now? What do you mean everything is? You're doing that!
Our food. And it's to their benefit to say, to normalize it. To say, this is all normal, it's always been here. But that's not good for our country. And it's not good for the press to not be more inquisitive, to not be more skeptical. And within 3 weeks, and probably we're hoping in 2 weeks, we're going to announce a series of new studies to identify precisely what the environmental toxins are that are causing it. This has not been done before. And we're going to do it in a thorough and comprehensive way, and we're going to get back to with an answer to the American people very, very quickly.
Secretary Kennedy.
Great, thank you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Secretary Kennedy, I was not diagnosed with autism in 1994 when I initially did it. It took me
Huh?
5 years to get diagnosed later. You also talked about the fact
Oh, someone's saying that they got diagnosed with autism 5 years later or something. 1 second.
Black and Latino people, but even your own study says
Even your own study says that these findings may indicate that improvements in ASD awareness, identification, and access to services in communities among black communities and children have improved.
Do you think that, are you denying that in the past black, Latino, and AAPI people...
Are you denying that the black, Latino, and AAPI people had not been diagnosed? They've been diagnosed with behavioral disorders and they've been disciplined, they've been incarcerated? Now they're finally getting the services that they
Oh
need.
yeah, and there are small slivers of the autism epidemic, maybe 10% to 25% according to the studies. Highest studies are around 25%. That can be attributed to better recognition and better diagnosis. That means 85% are still, or 75% to 80% are part of an epidemic, and that's too many. And
Sorry. I have to, 1 second, just really fast. I need to take a quick break from RFK. The liberals and socialists are ruining this country. Multiple liberals, only one socialist. Then go live in Alabama, bro. Then don't live in a blue city, dumb fuck. Hello? Go live in a fucking shithole then. You don't want buses? It's fine with us. You want fucking potholes? Go ahead. Live your life. You want the data center ruining your fucking hearing, giving you vertigo, making you insane? You are more than welcome to do that, you stupid fucking fat fucking chud, dude. Go for it, man. Let's keep going.
And that is what we need to redress.
Walter, do you have something you'd like to add?
There's better recognition of autism and better awareness because there are more children with autism. And
Not true. That's not true.
professionals have greater reason to learn from what their experience and to diagnose. I wish the contrary was true, but it's not like better awareness pushes something that's not there. Rather, something that's there is being recognized.
Can you please say your first and last name and outlet before asking a question? Thank you.
Secretary Kennedy, Amanda Seitz with the Associated Press. Some of the CDC's own research has concluded that there's a genetic link at play with autism. Are you saying today that you don't trust that research or that it was wrong? Could you expand a little bit more on that?
No, there is, you know, we have really good genetic markers now, and they provide a vulnerability. But those genetic markers alone are not going to dictate your destiny. You need an environmental toxin. I mean,
you need an environmental toxin. I know he's saying that in the context of like you need environmental toxins to cause problems or whatever, which by the way, that's not even true. It's literally not, but ignoring that for a brief moment. I like the world where he's like talking about it like the other worm is speaking now. Silence, the worm is speaking. Yeah, you need environmental toxins. You need them.
there are many genetic markers that dictate the methylation capacity of the human body. Those contribute to, those dictate, you know, listen, with many people smoke cigarettes.
Listen, many people smoke cigarettes.
And only 1 in 5 died from lung cancer. There were 4 of them that didn't. And those were the ones that had some circumstances, probably genetic, that made them more susceptible to it. And the same is true. We know that that glutathione production, and glutathione is a...
The worms in his brain are arguing right now.
is an enzyme that helps the human body excrete metals and toxins. People with low glutathione production are more vulnerable. People with the MTHFR gene, which dictates methylation, are more vulnerable. People with high testosterone are more vulnerable. So there are a lot of genetic vulnerabilities. You need an environmental toxin.
Which, by the way, I'm pretty sure the way that he's talking about, if you have more testosterone, you're more vulnerable. I'm pretty sure that that's not even true. I could be wrong. I would have to double check on the study. So it's possible that that is true. But I'm pretty sure that what he's trying to say is that men get diagnosed more than women do for autism. But that doesn't mean that the testosterone is causing the autism. Hello? That means that there are certain social behaviors that we're fine with men having, but we're not fine with women having. And as a woman, you have to deal with it and handle it and figure out a way to create coping mechanisms, whereas we just don't care as much. And we're more willing to overlook the behavior so the behavior doesn't improve and they never start masking the behavior, which means that they get to seek care for it. Like, hello?
Alex at Fox. Alex.
Hi, Alex Hoff, Fox News. In seeking out an environmental toxin, do you feel that if one or several are detected or put on your radar, do you think it would be the same one causing issues at both ends of the spectrum? Children who struggle with, let's say, sensory issues, all the way to those who are fully care dependent, unable to speak. Would it be the same catalyst in all of those varying conditions, you think?
Well, those are the kind of studies we're going to do. And you're right, there's a spectrum of injuries, and we don't know. There are studies that, that look at maternal activation, so that, something happens in the womb. There are studies that look at other genetic cause. The issue that we know is genes don't cause epidemics. You need an environmental toxin. And we're going to look at all the potential culprits. We're going to look at mold. We're going to look at food additives. We're going to look at pesticides. We're going to look at air and water.
And we're going to increase all of those toxins. All of them, we're going to increase them. All of those toxins, we're going to increase them. More mold, worse air, worse water, more worms.
And medicines. So, we're going to look at ultrasound, because there's a timeline that, something happened. In fact, Congress said to EPA, ordered EPA to tell us what year the autism epidemic began. The EPA scientists came back and said it happened in 1989. Oh, you have to find a toxin that became ubiquitous around that time period. And that affected every demographic, from Cubans in Key Biscayne to Inuit in Alaska. And that affects boys at a 4-to-1 ratio as girls. There's a limited universe of those, but actually it's quite large. And,
Something Alaska 89, limited universe. What the fuck is he talking about?
Hertz Pichota was the one who suggested that one of the things we have to look at is ultrasound. I don't think that that's probably a factor, but it's one of the exposures that became ubiquitous during that period. And we're going to look at all of them agnostically. We're going to find the potential exposures that increased during that time period. And we're going to...
By the way, all of the money that we're potentially spending on this fucking nonsense, we can put towards actual, childcare. And improve the conditions of kids that are around today. Instead of being like, yeah, it's the autism is being increased, so we need to change that because it's got to be evil and bad. Okay.
And we're gonna see if there is a link to this injury.
Thank you. Nathan at Epic Times.
I'm sorry, can I please go?
No, Nathan. Nathan.
Yes, Nathan Worcester with Epic Times. During that same time period of increasing autism prevalence or diagnoses, there's also been a significant increase in maternal and paternal age. Couldn't that be a significant contributor
With what?
beyond maternal and paternal age?
Epic Times. No, I didn't cover that, Cartha.
Yeah, we're going to look at all of that. We're going to look at obesity in the parents. We're going to look at the age of the parents. We're going to look at diabetes in the parents. We're going to look at all of these potential exposures. And because of AI and because of the...
Okay, I don't know if I'm just dehydrated or he is psychically inducing me with worm brain, but I'm actually getting a headache. I'm going to get some water and hopefully that makes it better. But I'm listening. I have my wireless earbuds in, so I'll be suffering the whole time with you guys.
digitalization of health records and the mass of health records that are now available to us, we can do this much more quickly than has ever been done in the past.
Cheyenne. This is our last question. Thank you.
Do you still pledge to have answers by September, or is that going to be the beginning of this process? And are you open to following the science regardless of whether it confirms some of your expectations or not?
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna follow the science no matter what it says, and we will have some of the answers by September. You know, it's going to be an evolving process. We're going to issue grants the way that it's always done to university researchers and others. We're going to remove the taboo. People will know they can research and they can follow the science no matter what it says, without any kind of fear that they're going to be censored, that they're going to be gaslighted, that they're going to be silenced, they're going to be defunded, delicensed, and we're going to give them permission to do this research, and then we're going to open it up to the research community.
You know, unless the science says something we don't like.
We're going to task them with certain outcomes, and we're going to have them come and bid on how to do the research. This is all being run by Jay Bhattacharya and you know, I think Martin Koldorf may be also working on this, on designing the grant proposals. So it's going to be done by credible scientists, by the most credible scientists from all over the world.
The most credible scientists. You guys can trust this guy to find the most credible scientists.
And we're going to do it very, very quickly. Yeah, one more question. You identify yourself.
Once you identify which environmental toxins are causing autism, what do you expect the impact to be on the industries that are causing those? You cited industry as something that would cause it.
I think we're going to figure out a way to make pressure on them to remove it. And I think also, you know, there will be market forces that also exert pressure on them to remove it. And you know, I want to say that I'm very grateful to President Trump, because he tasked me on day one of this job with making this a priority, of finding out what's causing the autism epidemic, and we are going to do it for him. Thank you all very much. Really.
Who is clapping? Do you know the name of the bald guy in the video? I want to look him up. I don't actually know the name of that guy. I actually got like a headache watching that, dude. Oh my God. My head, it literally caused me fucking psychic damage. He was giving Dr. Evil. Oh my God, dude. On the bright side, guys, don't worry. Mystery meat. Trump says he struck a deal to flood the U.S. with cheaper foreign beef. There's just one problem. He refuses to tell Americans which country the beef is coming from. That's fine. He gave me full-blown autism. Is that meat shaped like Trump? No, you are hallucinating. No one else here thinks that beef looks like Trump. You're the only person here that thinks that. Are you okay? I think you should get checked out. It's just a Baldur's Gate 3 plot to spread worms to all glory be to the absolute. Oh my god, dude. Jesus. All right. Denims hurt herself in her confusion. What? I don't get it. All right, dude. What is this? I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Never mind. Please look at this instead. It's from Pokemon. I know that it's from I didn't understand why they said it. The question was more accurately, why am I how am I confused about what? Huh? All right. Dude, I like, there's this video that I wanted to show you guys, but I can't find it. Where is it? No. There's this video that I really wanted to show you guys, but I don't know why. I thought I saved it, but I guess I didn't. Another news. People are mad that Hasan was singing We Are Charlie Kirk.
Unafraid to die.
Ormy's meowing. Guys, what should I do? Should I melt her with my mind? Should I do that? Meow back? That's a good idea. Wormy. Oh, Wormy. Not him staring at the lyrics as if he doesn't know it by heart. Well, listen, he needs to pretend, okay? He needs to pretend like he doesn't care. Like he doesn't actually carry the flame, but he does. Play it again. No. That's enough. That's enough of that. Okay, well, I'm trying to find the video that recently that one Reddit mod put out. For anyone who doesn't know what I'm talking about. This guy. This was from 7 months ago, but there was a recent update like yesterday, the day before, where this guy was the head mod of Livestream Fails, LSF. And he got removed from LSF for, I think, like promoting like a scam or something like that. I don't really remember the details. And he made a whole video about it. Let me see if I can find it.
A Reddit moderator just made a video directly speaking to and tugging on the heartstrings of the CEO of Reddit.
So this is the lore from when Reddit removed him as a head moderator 7 months ago.
Making a big call to action after he had been stripped of his position as top mod on r/livestreamfail. I'm kind of at a loss for words here. I can't believe what I just watched was genuine and not a skit. But this seems authentic. What you picture in your head when you hear the term Reddit mod is exactly what you are about to see unfold in the flesh. The reason this mod just lost his position is because he was promoting a scam on the subreddit that he was the top mod for, Livestream Fail. I made 2 videos covering this. It was the $1 Million Fan Show, which was paraded around as a $20 million reality television show for streamers' fans to sign up and even paid entry into it to compete for, $20 million prize purse. Turns out the whole thing was a load of baloney, as it appears everything has been wiped off the face of the planet. So some viewers paid money for actually nothing. They flushed it down the shitter, and agencies that brought this to streamers were left embarrassed. Most notably, Mythic Talent was the one that was named by some of the streamers as their agency that took them this deal, where seemingly no due diligence was done on behalf of Mythic to confirm whether or not this was even legitimate in the first place as a paid promotion. It was...
And then after this video came out, by the way, this guy, which I will show you in one moment, he was like, well, I should sue Moist Critical.
Supposed to be an Amazon production, but clearly it was not an Amazon production, and it took 2 seconds of going to the website to deduce that this was fraudulent, but they took this deal before the website even existed. It's a whole mess. I've already covered all this. But Livestream Fail gets roped in because there was this inexplicable partnership that no one fully understood, where $1 Million Fan was in bed with Livestream Fail, and the top mod of Livestream Fail made a post on the subreddit pinning it to try and get more suckers into it. And now this is his response after being fundamentally fired from his free position of Reddit janitor.
Hello, Spez, Mr. CEO of Reddit. I hope you have received this public video that I have created and sent to you via your email. If not, I hope anybody who cares about the topic in this video can get this to him in any way that you can. This video is about a topic of deadly seriousness, and that is of Reddit moderation and the state of your platform.
Oh my god. This is...
Hello, Spaz, Mr. CEO of Reddit.
This is Reddit's Manhattan Project right now. The moderators are rising up against the CEO of Reddit.
Oh my god.
I'm actually at a loss for
He said his name like a slur in this time.
words. This couldn't be a more lame start to this video. The topic he's about to cover is how he believes Reddit mods don't have enough
Topic of deadly serious. Watch it again. I forgot how good it is. I haven't seen it in 7 months.
Subreddit pinning it to try and get more suckers into it. And now this is his response after being fundamentally fired from his free position of Reddit janitor.
Hello, Spez, Mr. CEO of Reddit. I hope you have received this public video that I have created and sent to you via your email. If not, I hope anybody who cares about the topic in this video can get this to him in any way that you can. This video is about a topic of deadly seriousness, and that is of
deadly seriousness.
Reddit moderation and the state of your platform.
Oh my god. This is Reddit's Manhattan Project.
Oh my god. You're just mad he has a cooler background than you? Dude, you're so right. My background is so fucking lame in comparison. I'm just a fucking hater. Stop laughing. This is deadly serious. The mods got banned, and you're. Why are you laughing? Oh my god. Okay. All right. This video is wedgie and traffic. All right. First they came for the Reddit moderators. Anyways, okay. So Moist Critical gets into it in this video where he talks about what he got banned or like he didn't get banned, to be clear. He just got removed as a head moderator. And once you get removed as a head moderator, there's nothing you can do about it. You're removed, and that's it. It's ogre. Recently he also apparently got permanently banned from Reddit. And he made another video.
Hi, I'm Scale2000, the viral Reddit mod, and I'm here to report on a truly unfair tragedy, and that is that Reddit banned my Reddit accounts for
tragedy.
attending a mod event. It's a bit of a funny story. What happened is that yesterday there was a community mod meetup.
Is this a skit? Dude, it's like it's written the way that like an Always Sunny in Philadelphia skit starts, where Mac is about to talk about how he just like he was breaking and entering a facility, and he's like, so it's kind of a bit of a funny story, guys, all right?
The Reddit HQ. I've been to a few of these events in the past. They're super fun. I've talked to Reddit employees and have even met the Reddit CEO a few times. So heard about this one, and I was like, hey, maybe I'll try to stop by, have some fun. Now, I know I'm a bit of a controversial character, to say the least these days, but hey, it's a mod event. I'm a moderator of other subreddits. Why not just like shoot my shot, see if I can stop by? So I was on the wait list for the event, and the event even allowed +1s. So, I got on the event wait list, and I found somebody else who's going to the event over the internet, and then just showed up as myself with a hat, mostly so like a bunch of other mods don't like swarm me or bother me. So I went to the sign-in, said I was a +1 of this other guy, and then gave their username. And the person at the sign-in looked at me a little funny and told me to sit down in the chair in the lobby and wait for somebody to bring me up. 5 minutes later, a security guard walked up to me and asked me very nicely to step outside, which I politely did. And then he said to me that I am not authorized to be at the event and asked me to leave, else they would have to call the police. I just said, okay, and then briskly walked away and went to a different tech event that I was actually planning on going to later. I then wake up this morning to see that all of my accounts have been permanently banned for a moderator code of conduct violation. A bit annoying, but whatever. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Brian, you had all these internet controversies surrounding you. Why would you show up at their headquarters for an event? Wouldn't you expect that something like this might happen? And the answer is, I live near the headquarters, and although I didn't really think it was super likely that I would be able to go to the event or talk to people for very long, at no point have I previously been told, you're not allowed to talk to Reddit employees or go to an event. And, I was on the wait list, and they were allowing +1s, which could be anybody. And, I wasn't there to cause any problems or do an internet prank or do any.
Dude, the aura was so bad. His aura, his aura existence was so bad that they said you need to leave right now. And can I show you guys the post that Reddit made officially on this topic? Important update on in-person mod events. TLDR, we're canceling all upcoming in-person mod events and not scheduling new ones until we improve our event security and vetting process to ensure everyone stays safe. Your aura was so bad that they shut down every mod event indefinitely. Hey everyone. So as some of you may know, during our San Francisco meetup at Reddit HQ last week, an issue arose where our venue details were shared with mods who were not approved to attend. In my 3 years working alongside this incredible community of folks, I'm grateful something like this has never happened before. However, since it did, Valid security concerns were raised across several of our internal teams. Because your safety and the safety of our staff and other attendees is non-negotiable, we are evaluating our protocols and have canceled upcoming IRL mod events for the foreseeable future. This directly impacts our previously announced events in Los Angeles and Amsterdam. We sincerely apologize to everyone who was planning to attend these, and we really appreciate your understanding as we figure this out. Behind the scenes, we're using this downtime to rework how we host in-person events. We're focusing on increasing on-site security at every future venue, tightening communication around event details, beefing up vetting to ensure only confirmed attendees can access the event spaces. You ever just like you show up as a +1 and the vibes are cosmically atrocious that they have to cancel every other event and say we need to beef up the security. That shit cannot happen again. That cannot fucking happen again. Ending out on the statement. Was he actually a +1 or did he just say that he was? I don't know. He just said that he was. Building all of this out properly is going to take some time, so please bear with us. We know that this news sucks. This news sucks, especially since the vast majority of you had zero involvement in what happened, but please rest assured we are not going anywhere. Our mod events continue to be incredibly important. We're doubling down on virtual events and brainstorming ways to make them even more rewarding and engaging in the coming months. Thank you all for your patience, understanding, and ongoing participation. As always, our mod mail is open for anything you want to share directly. Bro literally got Christmas canceled. And he also put out this, like, I watched these in the wrong order, unfortunately. But people keep using this one screenshot, and I was trying to find the source of it. Like, Dexerto posted this image, and I was like, what is this? What is this image? But apparently it's from one of his videos. No, not that.
The 4 letters of the creator apocalypse are D, M, C, and A. And I am here today to empower you with these dreaded weapons to use against your enemies as you see fit. I will be going over a few common strategies, attack vectors, and examples of situations that people are already aware of how these dark 4 letters can be used. And then I will be going over some lesser known attack vectors that are only now possible because of recent changes to copyright law.
You know, like the side character in like a shonen that's like, heh, you seem pretty strong, but not as strong as me. And they're talking to the main character that's had like 17 growth arcs and is stronger than like the strongest villain times 100. And they're like, you seem pretty strong, but probably not as strong as me. I'm pretty strong myself. Like he's giving that much. I just noticed the Slytherin merch, dude. Dude, stop, man. Come on, dude.
Called the Case Act that makes it extraordinarily easy, free to go after anybody.
Thank you for the raid. Welcome, Raiders. Welcome.
That nobody on the internet has yet to discover. This script has been fact-checked using ChatGPT. So if anything
and ChatGPT
is wrong, please let the CEO of OpenAI, Sam Altman, know.
Hello, Mr. Altman, Mr. CEO of... Hello, Altman, Mr. CEO of ChatGPT. It's not real, dude. It's just not real. Not real, man. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Or make a
Please give me water
transformative
for
video
a second.
response as to why I'm an idiot. I take zero responsibility or liability for the use or misuse of these dark and dangerous powers that you have learned from listening to a drama YouTuber. So if you screw up and the black magic of completely untested novel copyright law interpretations blows up in your face, well, that's on you, and I ain't offering to pay your legal bills. The Digital Millennial Copyright Act, or DMCA for short, is the standard way.
Why did he make his eyes yellow? Is he a warlock?
That digital copyright owners are disputed. If someone uploads a copy of your copyrighted material, whether that be a song, movie, a picture, or even one of your YouTube videos, without your permission, there is a specific process for getting that taken down, as well as escalating it to more serious consequences, such as a lawsuit, and the monetary damages of that can get very high. An additional caveat of what it means to own content is that if somebody transforms or changes your content enough...
Who is this for? I don't understand. This is the secret black magic.
See, what you can do is DMCA someone if they use your content without your permission.
What are we doing?
By, say, doing a deep dive criticism of it, it may still be legal for them to repost your content without getting your permission. This is called fair use. Section 512, subsection G, is what describes this DMCA takedown process. It has a few steps as well as a few different outcomes. It starts with 1, sending the claim. There will be some sort of form on...
What is this for? I don't know who this is for. I don't know. Whatever you are doing to your eyes, please stop. It makes it look like you have scurvy. And then he pinned this message. John read it. The scooter in the back just makes sense. Just stop, dude. He is Reddit now. It's almost, you know how like Hutch is almost impressive in the way that he is always wrong? Like people have you're going to have a certain like batting rate or whatever, win ratio, okay? But it's almost impressive to have like 100% loss rate. Batting average, that was the word I was looking for. It's almost impressive to be like Hutch and be wrong about everything always. Like he literally can't be right about anything. It's almost impressive. It's sort of the same thing here, where it's like, oh my god, hi Shag. Oh my god, I am such a big fan. And this is really the funniest shit I've seen. It's amazing. It's almost impressive that someone can distill the essence of Reddit so well into a human being. Like, how is that real? How?
On a website or an email address or even a physical address or a phone number that you can submit a link to the content that you own on the website. And if the website wants to maintain its legal safe harbor immunity from lawsuits by posting your content without your permission, then it has to fairly immediately take down that content. Additionally, you have to swear under penalty of perjury that you are submitting this claim in good faith because you believe the content is infringing on your intellectual property rights. Companies usually don't evaluate these claims very much or make a judgment on if a piece of content is fair use or allowed or not, as that takes away their legal immunity. They just take down the content pretty quickly, assuming you didn't input obviously fake info into the form. Additionally, if somebody gets 3 valid DMCA strikes, they become what is called a repeat infringer, and the platform is required to ban them off of that platform. So things can get very serious, even at just the stage of sending DMCA strikes. Simple, easy.
This is a very serious stage of your sending this DMCA.
Why is he just reading the TOS?
Easy peasy, every content creator knows what a DMCA takedown request is. That was the review. Now, on to step 2, the DMCA counterclaim. Things could just end at step 1, with the content being taken down. Maybe the person knew that they were stealing somebody else's content, or they just don't want to risk any legal issues, even if they're in the right. But
DMCA claims aren't evaluated very much. So what happens if somebody DMCAs a transformative reaction content that you did of somebody where the person disagrees that it was illegal and they say that it was actually in fair use for them to upload that content? So the claim was false or arguably false in some way. What you can do next is you can submit a DMCA counterclaim in response to the DMCA claim. It will be another form where you submit your own sworn statement under penalty of perjury that says, actually, this DMCA claim was a mistake. I have a right to upload.
I know I just keep asking the same question over and over again, but who is the target audience for this? I feel like if you were curious about how DMCAs work, you would just Google DMCA. Like, it's not a complicated process. Like, I don't know why why he's just sitting here and reading ChatGPT's explanation of DMCA. I don't understand.
This content, maybe it's fair use, maybe I own it. So please, internet platform, reinstate this content, put it back up on the website. After you submit a message to the platform like that, the platform is now obligated by law to put that content back up. These claims also aren't evaluated very much. So if somebody submits a DMCA claim, that content gets taken down almost always. And then if somebody submits a counterclaim, it gets immediately reinstated. Now we've hit a conflict. One side has said to take the content down. Another side has said to keep it up. How is
Me describing the great epic of DMCA.
Now we've hit quite a wall here. You might say, this is when a heart, an unstoppable force meets an immovable object.
Is that resolved? Well, that goes to step 3, which is an actual copyright lawsuit. As most people don't want to spend all the time and money to go through a lawsuit, DMCA claims often end at stage 2 as well, which is the counterclaim is sent and the content stays up. So a counterclaimer can pretty much always win because nobody really wants to do a lawsuit against them. So they just make a claim, the content goes back up, and that's the end of it. But if somebody is willing to do a lawsuit, there is a important nuance that now happens. If you start a lawsuit, you can then inform the media platform of this lawsuit, at which point they are obligated by law to take that content down again. And now the content stays down until the lawsuit process is resolved. This nuance, that the content stays down while you go through the full lengthy legal process, will be important later. But just note that it's...
Now keep an eye on this little factor. This is going to come back later. It's very important. This is deadly serious.
Also, why did you mention this? You just blinked 3 times so far, dude. What the fuck?
Stage 3, the copyright claimer is the one...
He's like the Sith Lord in a Star Wars fan
film. Who wins while the process is happening, because the content now has to stay down. A major viral example of people doing copyright lawsuits based on YouTube React content are the lawsuits that Ethan Klein is going through, some of which he is having some...
Going through? You mean the ones he filed? What do you mean he's going through them? He filed them, hello?
Success with, and other which he's losing on some of those lawsuits. The point being, it's not completely impossible that this stuff will hit the lawsuit stage, but it takes a ton of time and money, and most people don't want to do it unless you got a ton of money to burn like Ethan Klein. Now let's stop here to evaluate. All of what I've just mentioned is the internet's common understanding of the most well-known facts about the DMCA. There have not been any surprises so far. So with this
so I'm excited. Where is he going to take this?
Common understanding of DMCA, what can somebody do to weaponize it? Unfortunately for the creator space, a large swath of internet content that is commonly called React content is often not done in fair use and is infringing. It's not all of the content. Some people do it in fair use and do it the right way, but it's a large chunk. This makes the creator industry very vulnerable. What an enterprising mid-tier person who has a lot of content out there might do is they could just start sending completely valid and true DMCAs out to people en masse. If they have a bunch of money to burn, they could go all the way to the Ethan Klein lawsuit route, but that's very impractical and is almost never going to happen. But even just
final boss of mansplaining stuff. No, he's going to get somewhere. He's going to get
scaring
somewhere.
a bunch of people by sending out mass DMCAs could cause a ton of hassle until people catch on. This would be legal. Copyright law and fair use contain a large amount of gray area that are untested by the court system. And while technically speaking, if you send a knowingly false DMCA, you could get in legal trouble, that only happens in very clear, very obviously false situations. The point being, if you send a ton of DMCAs on gray, untested, unresolved situations of questionable fair use, you're going to get away with it. But here's a problem with that strategy.
Okay.
If you're just sending out a bunch of valid DMCAs and you aren't willing to go to court over it, which most people aren't, the DMCAs are effectively a bluff, because even if they're perfectly valid and true,
Okay, well, why is this important?
it's a clear case of infringement, the other party can just call your bluff by submitting a counterclaim, at which point the content goes back up. Or heck, maybe this is an anonymous Twitter nobody.
Stop. No. Like, of course he says, oh, heck. Or heck. Of course he says that. Of course he says, or heck.
Submitting a counterclaim, at which point the content goes back up. Or heck, maybe this is an anonymous Twitter nobody and you don't have their personal information, so you couldn't even take them to court, even if you wanted to and had the money to do so. At this point, you now lose, because you are almost certainly not willing to or aren't able to take them to court. So what do you do now? Well, now I will get into the much less commonly known caveats about copyright law that can be weaponized that few people have talked about. The first rarely discussed and powerful caveat to copyright law is Section 512, subsection H of the DMCA. Subsection H describes a process for which you can go to any district court and get them to send a subpoema or lawful legal order.
Did he say sub-poema?
Go to any district court and get them to send a subpoema or...
This is fake. This is fake. This is not real. This is not real. This is an AI generated creation. This is not real. This is not a real person. And I'm going to go further, okay? I don't think anyone faults Reddit from canceling or for canceling all future mod events because he showed up at one. I think that was too reasonable. I think Reddit in a just world should have burned down their headquarters for creating this creature. No.
Lawful legal order to the media platform that will force that platform to give up that individual's personal information to you. So their name...
Okay, I have to skip ahead. I need to know, what is the end...
provision to either get money for them in a free and easy process, or if that doesn't work, then getting their content taken down for a whole 2 months without them being able to do anything about it. You can take this dark power and use it as you see fit, for good or for evil. Most importantly, just don't be like everybody else and do nothing, because doing nothing is the worst sin. Also,
and that's why all of you should fight Reddit with me, Mr. CEO of Reddit. We will all be storming. We will be storming Reddit's headquarters. You guys are coming with me, right, guys? Right? We're gonna use the dark powers to destroy you. What is this?
finally, anybody is allowed to react to this specific video in full for any reason in perpetuity, and I won't DMCA it.
I can't, it's not real!
For a brief moment, I considered the possibility of DMCAing people who reacted to my video, which is an instruction manual on how to weaponize obscure DMCA laws for no other reason than it would be like really, really funny and ironic, but
it would be so funny and ironic if I were to do that. It would be so funny.
I think I'll leave the chaos causing to other people for now. I look forward, though, to many angry videos about how I'm...
No one is angry. No one is angry. Everyone is happy, okay? This guy is like a net positive on the internet. I feel like ever since he was removed as the head moderator of Reddit, he has only positively contributed to the world. I'm pretty sure... I'm not angry. I can say that for a fact. I don't think anyone else in here is angry. I think everyone else is here laughing and having fun. I think everyone here is enjoying our own personal Truman Show with this guy starring it. I can't. It's so crazy. I can't believe this is like real. It's like, you know those reels of like the dude who like uses his feet to clap and he's like, hello princess. He doesn't do a lisp. I can't imitate it. I'm not good at it. No one is mad at him. I look at him as a bard. Decided to jump in and get jump scared by this Reddit guy. Also, does he blink? Hello, princess. Here we go. It's like if you made this guy
Hello,
real.
princess. I hear you're feeling a bit down. Well, you know what they say. Laughter is the best medicine. So tell me, what happened when the frog's car was broken down? It got towed. That's one of my personal favorites. Are you feeling better?
Are you feeling better, princess?
I've got more jokes if you're not. Hello, princess.
It's like you made this guy real. It's like it's like he saw this guy's videos and he's like, that's who I want to be in real life. I want to be that guy in real life. He didn't do the foot clap in that one, dude.
Hello, princess. I have a question to ask. Have you been a good...
No, I can't watch that one. That one's too much. Where's the one where he does like the foot? Oh, there we go. Here it is.
Hello, princess. What's up in the ears? Well, yesterday I accidentally ate some cat food. Don't ask me how. It's okay. I'm feline fine now.
It's literally like you took here, so you guys can send it to your friends and suffer. It's literally like you took this guy and you made him real. How? How many takes do you think it takes to stay in character throughout the whole thing? I want to know how hard he practiced to be able to clap his feet like that. I don't think I can. I can't do that. I can't make my feet make that good of a clap noise. It's more just like it just makes like a flopping noise. It doesn't sound good the way that he does it. He does it crazy. On his first take. Wait, does this guy have jaundice? I don't.
Threatening the creator space, though.
I think he, I think that the thing is with this guy is that
you don't have to be.
I think he thinks that he's capitalizing on being a character, but no one is taking anything he's saying seriously because of the medium that it's being delivered with. And he's trying to use these outrageous mediums to get it more attention, but getting it more attention, if no one is taking it seriously, isn't necessarily good attention. You know, you can just add sound, right? People wouldn't lie to me on the internet, okay? Maybe they would lie to you because you're cringe and nobody likes you and you're a loser and you're cringe, but they wouldn't lie to me, all right? Because I'm princess, and that guy said hello to me. Okay. Okay. I think, guys, I want to be honest, guys. I think that's enough internet for today. All right. Oh my God. I actually have a headache still from getting worms sent directly into my brain by RFK Jr. Like, I literally have a brutal headache. I'm gonna like lay down or something. Plus, that's a great note to end on. Feet clapping, that's a great note to end on. So, thank you everybody for tuning into the stream. I will be back again tomorrow for a Sunday fun day. Please stay hydrated, unlike me. Tell your homies you love them. Give them a little smooch if you know, kiss the homies if you feel like it's necessary, required, or you just want to. And I will see all of you guys tomorrow, everybody. All right? See you all tomorrow, everybody.